Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected! Also, you forgot to renew your website domain and now you're in a bidding war!
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room and now everything smells weird!
All right.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Here we go, Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon right now.
Yeah, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Friday, March 21st with the Hall of Famers, Mason and Ireland. We recap that bench field. Lakers basketball from last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. Plus, get ready for the weekend, Jack. Lakers, madness and brackets. Plus, tomorrow, USC college basketball. The women's team gets underway at the Galen Center against 16-seed UC Greensboro. You'll hear that here tomorrow, starting at 11:30 a.m. on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Plus, Friday fun and frivolity. Let's get it underway.
See, I proposed that to Juan, who said absolutely not.
Well,
you cannot have lunch with that person you used to date.
Right. Well, that's because you always say the rules are different with gay guys.
Yeah,
What do gay guys do on a second date? What second date?
Yeah, Starbucks bathroom. All right.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Friday afternoon right now.
That was a great line. I missed that the first time.
Starbucks bathroom.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, Brian Cohen's back. What's happening, Brian?
Thank you. Happy to be back.
What'd you have? Do you have the stomach thing?
I think so. The stomach thing is messing up everything, the head, everything.
All right.
Now my back is
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, glad to have you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Did you watch the game last night? It was a star-studded affair last night at Crypto.com Arena, and the biggest star was Bronny.
Okay. Let's start there.
Yep.
Why do you guys think, Lindsay, you're good to ask because Bronny grew up in Akron. Why is Bronny so polarizing? In other words, he gets in the game, he does well, scored 17 points, and Michael and I were complimentary of him during the broadcast. And, so Mace, here's a guy with a Twitter handle that you will like.
Okay.
Kaiser Soze.
Hey, Kaiser.
All right. Ireland.
Can't find that guy when you need him.
I am all good with nepotism and the Lakers living this modern-day Rudy movie, but to say Bronny is better than those drafted around him when his best game was a minus 36 in plus-minus, players drafted around him would not get these chances. They would be cut or sent to the G League.
Okay.
All right. This is simply not true. I pulled this sound, and I don't know how else to explain it to people, but this is a guy named Kent Padgett from FanDuel.
Yep.
I don't know him. I've never met him. Somebody sent this to me. He did a deep dive on Bronny and the players that were picked around him, and he makes the case that the narrative about Bronny and what is actually happening are two completely different things. Listen to this.
Let's compare Bronny James' stats and contract to all the players the Lakers passed up on in order to take LeBron's son. Because the media is saying they wasted a draft pick and gave him money a second rounder normally doesn't get. But that doesn't appear to be the case at all. Remember in a previous video I compared him to the other 3 guys drafted after him, the final 4 picks in the draft? NBA stats here in yellow, all pretty similar. It's not like they miss out on the next Jokic. D-League stats, Bronny, 22, 5, and 5, kind of cooking. The other guys, 9.6, 4 rebounds to assists. Storage, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and then aerial hook Pody, 7.7 boards. Statistically, it appears this this was the correct pick. So the comment said, yeah, but look at his contract. It's nepotism. He got this 4-year, $7.895 million contract. Let's look at the other second-round picks who signed contracts. I see a lot of these 4-year, $7.895 million. Oh, it's just the standard second-round pick exception this year. I haven't heard anyone complain about Cameron Christie getting 4 years, $7.895 million. Yeah, but Bronny was drafted 9 picks after him. That's nepotism. All right, let's go to the previous year's draft, 57 and 58. The last 2 picks in the draft. Look what they got. 4 years, $7.639 million. They were drafted later than Bronny. They got the standard second-round pick money last year. Haven't heard anybody complain about these 2 names. So Bronny's NBA stats are on par with a late 50s pick. His G League stats are better than the other late 50 picks. And his contract, the nepotism, it's on par with other second-round late 50s picks. They drafted him 4th from last. Who did you want them to take in that spot instead?
All right. That's a pretty compelling case.
That is very compelling.
Why?
He's got facts.
Why then, in your opinions, where is this hate coming from?
Because LeBron is one of the more divisive players in the league. There are people that just despise LeBron, and
the sins of the father are impacting the son.
Why? Like, what has LeBron ever done to make everyone despise him?
I'm with you, but you know that it's out there.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him to answer the question. Lindsay, what do you think? Why
I have no idea.
Why do I get this Bronny hate when I'm complimentary of him and he played well?
I honestly have no idea.
Brian, what do you think?
I don't know. I just think it's people just like to hate.
Okay,
yeah,
it's like
I think people in general are a lot meaner since like the pandemic happened, and I think a lot of it has to do with people have just like lost their social and like morality. You know?
It's a combination of that, Lindsay, and where the country is politically.
Yeah, I agree.
The country is politically polarized.
I did not even notice that.
So the left hates the right and the right hates the left.
So good.
So I think there's a lot of, as Brian put it, hate out there.
Right.
And it's just manifest. But this is, and I'm around this kid all the time.
Yeah.
He's not LeBron. He doesn't. I mean, he's a great teammate.
Yep.
He's a great guy.
Yep.
He's humble. Works his ass off.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like the best I can come up with? It's jealousy.
Okay. Well, let's take this all in a vacuum. There's some kid named Joe Schmo.
Okay. Hi, Joe.
Who played part of a season at USC and then declared for the draft.
Okay.
Would Joe Schmo have been drafted?
No, he would be Austin Reeves. He would have to be invited to a camp without a contract and then make the team. But the point that Kent Padgett made was interesting. Bronny averages 22 a game when he goes to the G League.
Yes.
That's really good.
Very good.
17 points last night. It's an NBA game.
Yeah,
okay?
7 of 10 from the field.
If you score 7 points in an NBA game, you could say, well, the guy got lucky.
Right.
You score 17 points, and Milwaukee played all their starters the whole game.
Yes.
Hey, fun fact, by the way. His 17 points, 5 assists, and 70% field goal percentage made him the youngest Lakers rookie to reach those numbers in a game since Magic Johnson did it in 1979.
Okay. So you can make, and thank you, Lindsay, but you can make the argument that Bronny was given this opportunity because of his last name.
Yes, he was.
I will not dispute that, but we had this conversation on our show last week. All sorts of people get opportunities because of their last name.
Yes, they do.
The question is, when you get it, we used Jack Collinsworth as an example.
Yeah, right.
He got hired right out of school. They gave him the Notre Dame TV
Flamed
play-by-play job. Didn't make it. Okay?
Yep.
All sorts of people are going to be given opportunities because of their name.
And we all have to just get over that. That's the way of the world.
That's
the way it works.
How many times, like James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, who everybody hates, he's the owner of the Knicks because his dad was rich.
Yeah, well, that's why they invented this the expression, you don't know what you know until you know it.
Yeah, and so this Bronny hate makes zero sense to me. I don't think he deserves it.
Okay.
I'm surprised it's still out there. And Mace, like after Michael and I were complimentary of Bronny last night when he played well, Lindsay just read all the numbers. You should see the tweets and the text I start getting.
Right.
Don't stand up for him. He's only there because of nepotism. Well, he may have gotten the opportunity because of nepotism, but what? Did you watch the game?
If his name was Johnny Brames.
Yeah.
Who's Johnny Brames?
Or Johnny Bravo,
Johnny Bravo. Let's say Johnny
like
Bravo.
the cartoon?
Right.
No, Johnny Bravo was on the Brady Bunch. Remember Greg wanted to be Johnny Bravo?
Right.
Because he fit the suit.
If there was some rando 55th pick in the draft who played last night and scored 17 points, and his name wasn't Bronny James, what would we be saying about him?
Well, there's a whole...
We'd be celebrating the guy. We'd be saying,
pick.
not bad.
There's probably a whole bunch of guys just like that, to that guy's point. I mean, hey, if the beloved Michael Jordan, if his son got these opportunities, well, never mind. Like, his son, didn't even come close to getting an opportunity like that.
Well, I mean, Kareem's kids never made it out of college basketball. Shaq's kids never made it out of college basketball. You can get opportunities because of your family name. But then the question is, can you succeed once you've been given the opportunity? A great example of this is Joe Buck.
Right.
Joe Buck, I know some people don't like him. He's a fantastic
Doesn't
Hall
like the
of
Dodgers,
Fame
but I love Joe Buck.
play-by-play announcer.
I think he's a great guy.
And he's a great guy.
Hates the
he
Dodgers.
was given that opportunity because he was Jack Buck's kid.
Yes.
But then he went out and killed it.
Yeah.
Good for him. Noah Eagle.
Yep, same thing.
Ian Eagle's son.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yep.
He was given an opportunity at a young age because his last name is Eagle, and then he went out and he killed it.
Yeah.
And now he might even surpass Ian. It's, to me, if you don't realize that people get ahead in the world because of their name, you're being naive.
Come on. It's not what you know, it's who you know. This is one of the older rules out there, right?
You know what they say? Success is when opportunity meets luck.
Yep.
And you can't fault him for that.
Yeah, it's true.
Or John Wooden's line for that was close to that. He said, success is when preparation meets opportunity.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and I like Lindsay's better because you need luck.
You do need
luck.
But I don't understand it. I mean, the fans in general, Mace, I've told you this. He's like the second or third most popular guy on our team.
You were in there. It seems like people were really excited to see
Bronny chants every game. And so I'm happy for him. I'm pulling for him. I think he showed last night that at age 20, he potentially could turn into a role player.
Yep.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, and by the way, I was thinking about this today. You know, he's 4 years younger than Dalton Connect.
Right.
4 years
younger. And they're both
younger.
in the same rookie class.
Exactly. So, of course, Dalton Connect is a little ahead of the game. But now you look at it last night and you say, I don't know. He plays pesky defense.
He's athletic.
He's athletic. He's got a chance to be a rotation guy.
From this, when Giannis started to show that he was the Greek freak, that he was really good, the Bucks went out and got Thanasis, his older brother, and put him on the team for 7 years so Giannis didn't feel out of place.
Right.
His younger brother, Kostas, was drafted by the Lakers and got a ring when we won in the bubble in 2020.
Right.
Nobody said a word. Nobody said, Kostas and Thanasis are just here because of Giannis. Of course they were there because of Giannis. Yeah. And Thanasis hung around for 7 years, made a career, but nobody cared. Do you think everybody cares about Bronny because LeBron is such a big deal?
Yes, it's 100%. The guy, arguably the greatest player in the history of the game, his kid got a leg up, and now people are bitter about it. You know what? Last night he demonstrated that there is a flash of potential there. Coming up next, what Stephen A. said about Bronny today. Very surprising. We'll get to that coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, we've been talking a lot about the Lakers GFOAT. GFOAT. Right now, you, the listeners, are going to decide who wins. Go to LakersGFOAT.com. We've narrowed it down to 4 finalists. You will pick the winner. The word Lakers, followed by GFOAT.com. LakersGFOAT.com. And you can join our team this Monday between 2 and 5 at Ralph's at PCH in Long Beach as we celebrate the greatest fan of all time. So the voting ends Monday. Byron Scott and AC Green will be there. BBGO Food Truck will be there. And you can cast your vote on site at LakersGFOAT.com and receive an exclusive Lakers GFOAT t-shirt. That's Monday, 2 to 5 p.m. Ralph's in Long Beach at 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway. Don't miss out.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Galen Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets the madness and the tourney underway against 16 seed UC Greensboro on 7:10 a.m. in the ESPN LA app. At noon, hear Kings hockey on the ESPN LA app as they battle the Carolina Hurricanes. And at 6 p.m., the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off gets underway as the Lakers face the Chicago Bulls at Crypto.com Arena for Saturday night action. It's a Madness Saturday tomorrow on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld San Diego has to discover. Make new connections with orcas, belugas, dolphins, and more. Explore all new depths with Jewels of the Sea, an immersive experience featuring vivid displays of awe-inspiring jellyfish species opening this spring. And set sail on a flavorful journey as you sample your way through an all-new menu at the Seven Seas Food Festival. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our spring break sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
So we're talking about how angry people are, particularly on social media right now. I made a social media post yesterday, and some guy jumped in and said, "You are a P word." Then after that, he followed it up with, "Yes, I'm talking to you, Mason." So I go and look at their profile.
Right.
It's a Nazi. Like a legitimate, real
They're out
Nazi.
there.
They are out there. It is swastikas and the whole thing. So awful. And I reported it to Twitter. What do you think they said?
Free speech.
No violations were found here. So apparently you're allowed to call anybody the P word you want.
Well, here's what I would suggest.
I've been called much, much worse.
Here's what I'd suggest you do. There's one.
By the way, and I could not care less.
There's a guy on social media that listens to the station every day but hates everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how much hate this guy's
That's the
got.
best.
This is the how much hate he's at. He hates me and Morales.
Oh.
Morales and I are opposites.
Yeah, right.
But he hates both of us. He hates anyone female. Hates Laura, hates Lindsay, hates Emily. And so everything he writes is just and I'm like, wow, this guy is just filled with rage. I looked at how many followers he has.
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you should look at.
Yeah.
Look at how many followers. If they have 10 followers, it's just some guy sitting in a basement howling at the moon.
This is the thing. All that guy's followers were Nazis. So I don't care. I don't care.
All I know is that, like, I mean, we should be flattered that somebody would spend that much time thinking about us.
I know.
And tweeting about us.
And then I glance at it and I'm like,
right. Like, we should be flattered if that's really consuming their time.
I think in a lot of cases what they're looking for is a reaction.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I won't give it to him online, but I'll put this guy on blast on the air.
Well, especially if he's a Nazi.
Oh, he's a total he literally is a Nazi. All right, so last night after the game, we were talking about Bronny James. Last night after the game, J.J. Redick talked about Bronny's performance. Here's what he said.
Not surprised by tonight. And I think his confidence is growing. I think the next step is just, becoming an elite conditioned athlete, because when he does that with his physical tools and just his burst and his handle, and we think he's going to be an above average to really good NBA shooter. He's gonna have a chance to really make an impact.
And then everybody just shakes their head and says, "Can't be true.
Right.
It's nepotism, loser."
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you actually watching?
What percentage of the world do you think is still stuck on the nepotism part of it? We all understand it's nepotism, but what part of the world do you think won't give him any credit? What percentage of the world?
More than you think.
Yeah.
I would say, Lindsay, between 30 and 40%.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Stephen A., I had some conversations with LeBron lately. Here he is talking about Bronny this morning.
This is the big picture here that I want to bring up. I might have been wrong. Are you listening, LeBron James? Are you listening, James family? Are you listening, Rich Paul? Are you listening, all of you people? Because here's my position. My position was all along, Bronny James needed to be in the G League. Put him in the G League, let him be in the G League his first year, and then after that, let him come on, because I've always believed that this kid has the potential, once I watched him, to be in the NBA. But what I saw last night made me say to myself, wait a minute. He keeps showing up and playing like that. J.J. Redick and his staff obviously doing an exceptional job coaching him. The G Leaguers obviously doing a good job of preparing him. Him sitting on the bench, learning, watching the Lakers players, being in practice with them sometimes. Evidently, that seems to be working for him. And if that kind of stuff continues, then indeed he'll be in the league as a bona fide player sooner than later.
He'll be in the league as a bona fide player sooner or later.
This kid is 20 years old, and he was the 55th pick.
Yep.
They took a flyer on him and did it to keep LeBron happy, and now it's working out, and everybody is trying to say it's not.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Watch the game.
Yeah, I mean, he played well last night.
And by the way, he's the one that said, I need to go to the G League. They said, look, we drafted you because we thought this was a unique circumstance where you and your dad could enjoy an NBA season together. It's really up to you guys. And Bronny said, no. I want to develop. Put me in the G League. Do you remember when people were reporting early in the season that he would not go to any G League road games? He's played in a ton of them.
Yeah.
And that's because he insisted on that.
Yeah. So let's put the Bronny stuff aside. We'll get calls in on that at the top of the hour with Sports Graffiti. Yeah. But in the meantime, I think, John, the conversation we had yesterday about load management has reached its tipping point. As I'm looking at the game last night, I'm like, I feel so bad for the fans that are crypto. I know you get to see Bronny, but you don't get to see anybody else.
You got to see Giannis.
You got to see Giannis. But I've heard this happen like with Golden State. I've heard this happen with a couple of different teams. But now we saw it close up. And boy, that is a terrible look for the league, a terrible look for the Lakers, a terrible night for the fans. Really bad all the way around. I think this thing now has completely and totally jumped the shark.
I agree with you. And what you cannot do is what you tried to make this argument at the beginning yesterday, and then Pepe tried to make it when he came in.
It is what it is, John.
Pepe said, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do. You can't, if you're the NBA, you can't take that position.
Right.
You have to ask, okay, we have a problem. Our teams, We had 3 back-to-backs in 8 days.
Yep.
I mean, it was extraordinary circumstances because of the fires and makeup games. But 3 back-to-back in 10 days. If I'm sitting in the league office, like, let's make up a job. Let's say you are the director of fan engagement.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, at the NBA.
Sounds fancy.
So what you do is you talk to fans and find out what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
Obviously, what doesn't work is a fan paying $500 a ticket and not getting to see any of the people he paid to see.
Yes.
So you can't take the position that Pepe took yesterday, which is it is what it is. You can't do anything.
Right.
They have to be proactive.
Yeah.
Now.
You got
to get rid of the back-to-backs, and then
you got to cut the number of games.
Right. They have to make it so obvious that they have accommodated these players that if they still take time off, and some of them will,
then you
it's
can hit
on
them.
the players.
Right.
Because right now I don't even blame the players because 3 back-to-backs in 8 days is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is ridiculous, and I think that the Lakers made clear that they're not happy about the way the schedule worked out. At the same time, I mean, this is not excusable. This is something that the league absolutely must address ASAP, and I know they got a TV deal that runs for the next decade or whatever it is. You got to fix the product because you can't have fans going to arenas, and this is the first time I've experienced it up close because I've not seen the Lakers do it. But you've got to take care of the fans that are in the arenas and put on a show because ultimately this is an entertainment product.
And let me add to this. This is one of the rare circumstances where ex-players like Michael should shut up.
Yeah.
We don't care that you played 6 games in 7 days and you flew commercial.
Yeah.
We know that you came in with the covered wagon, all you guys.
Yeah, all you guys.
Teams today, the reality is, teams today will rest players if there are too many back-to-backs.
Yep.
You can't turn around and say to the players, well, in my day, we played with cement shoes.
We played double headers.
And Michael says,
walked to
Ireland, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what?
It was the bee's knees.
The reality is that you have a problem and you need to be proactive in doing something about it. You can't sit still and do nothing. You can't, as Pepe said yesterday.
It is what it is.
Say it
John.
is what it is.
It is what it is.
Because what it is ain't working.
Yeah, no, this isn't happening. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Lindsay's got stuff for us, has a big question. Later on, we got sports graffiti. It is a big F-it Friday. Thanks for listening. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter, and right now you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Here's the thing about ZipRecruiter. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented it, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. It's an algorithm that matches your job to people that have those specific skills. The end result is it helps you find qualified candidates fast. How fast? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Right now you can use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA again. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I feel like you and Neo would be friends.
I like Neo. I'm a Neo fan.
So Neo recently, hard launched his 4 girlfriends.
What do you mean?
Went
It was
out,
a hard launch.
Went out in public with all of them and did all the red carpety thingies and public outing.
He has 4 girlfriends.
Yes, yeah, he does.
Wait a second, and all 4 women are cool with
clearly
this?
cool with
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yes.
That's impressive. I only have 2 girlfriends. If Neo has 4, wow, he got twice as many lady friends as I do. I just walk in with 2.
Who's your second girlfriend?
Well, I got this other girlfriend, and me and Rachel and the third girl, we walk in together arm in arm, and everybody's like, "Oh, damn, Cap, what's up?" And I'm like, "It's the way I get down, bro." But 4, man, I love it. Way to go, Neo. I mean, you got me by 2, bro.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPN ESPNLA.com for details.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
Well, relax. I haven't even got there yet.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Interesting. I like this. This is an interesting question. I can see the wheel.
Oh, yes. Well, that question is... What's the best question you've ever been asked?
Oh. Best question I've ever been asked.
Boy, I have never thought about this.
I try to pick one that wasn't part
Like
of the
a-
old book, you know?
A good or a bad question? Or just.
What is the best question you've ever been asked?
Okay.
You want me to start you off?
Yeah, start us off. Well, I'm fairly stumped, but go ahead.
I remember a little before I moved, so this was probably like 8 years ago, my nephew, who would have been like 7 or so at the time, he asked me, what's the most important thing in life?
Oh.
And I thought that was a great question, especially coming from someone who was like 7 or 8.
How'd you answer it?
I told him being kind.
That's a
Oh,
great
that's
answer.
a good
I
answer,
said that's
yeah.
the most important thing in life is being kind to other people.
That's good. That's a nice question and a nice answer. I'll tell you, the thing I remember all the time is my nephew, Hunter, who's now friggin' 30. But when he was a little kid, he would constantly ask me, how much do you make? How much do you
What
make?
are you pulling down?
What are you pulling down? And by the way, I adopted that and ultimately
Right.
started asking guests, what are you pulling down for this gig? So that would be my take, is Hunter asking me how much I make. Jokingly, I still tell him when I see him, I'm not going to tell you how much I make.
You never did?
No, never did. Are you kidding me? Who's like a kid?
Yeah, but that's what makes it funny. He has no like sense of context, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Like, is that a lot or a little?
I told him that is totally improper. That is not a good question.
At one time when right before I was getting married to Lisa, my dad said to me, and he said, "Don't duck this, answer it." He said, "Why are you two getting married?"
Right.
And I said to him, I go, because I like spending time with her more than anyone else on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, perfect answer. He said, because once you get married, that better be the case.
Oh, that's
or
right.
else it's not going to last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brian?
Off the top of my head, I've got this question a few times, and it always kind of makes me think, is that a perm?
Oh, that's very funny.
And, it's one of those things where I feel insulted at first, but then it's like, oh, my hair looks so good that it's they don't think it could be real.
Correct.
So,
correct. Tonight, the question in my house may be indica or sativa.
Oh, I like that. There you go.
Indica or sativa. Which will you err on the side of there, Brian?
Always indica.
Always
Yes,
indica.
always.
Why,
Yes.
by the way?
There was time during actual COVID that sativa I don't know, like had a few bad experiences with it, and got my anxiety up and all that stuff.
Mace, what the sleep chemi said I take, is that indica or
Oh,
sativa?
indica. That is knock you out indica.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like
So if
sativas.
anyone ever asked me that question, my answer is indica.
Sativas,
Yes. Same as yours.
Sativas
right?
up, indica's mellow.
Right.
Hybrid is who the hell knows. You just don't know what you're going to get with
Whatever
hybrid.
you think is going to happen.
Exactly.
I talked to Chris
exactly.
Ward today. He's coming tonight.
Yeah, Chris Ward is coming tonight. He wanted to do a cannabis bar at the party, and I thought,
Well, you might be surprised.
oh yeah, I might be. You're right. I definitely
He said
might
he
be.
is honoring your wishes, but he's come up with a little something.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, lots of surprises tonight. So, John, I wanted to ask you this. I received in a beautiful gift bag yesterday on my porch this card from the Admirer Group.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Looks like it's handwritten.
Handwritten. Happy birthday. Really nice birthday card that like pops up in the middle, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they sent a very expensive bottle of cologne.
Okay.
Okay. Now, who is the Admirer Group? How do they know where
Did you
I
a-
live?
did-
Who's in it?
Did you ask Juan if it was him?
Nobody saw it. We went and looked at the Ring doorbell. There was no sign of anybody. So somebody
minute.
just
How did-
dropped something off.
But why wouldn't the person that dropped something off show up on the Ring camera?
Because they were
He
secretive
couldn't,
about it.
he couldn't find anything on the Ring camera where you could see who was dropping off the package.
I mean, I have a Ring camera, and anytime somebody approaches my door, it texts me.
He fast forwarded, but we have so many Uber, not
Right,
Uber and
right.
Lyft, package drivers coming through. But yeah, the
So you
Admirer
have no
Group.
idea who it is.
No, but
I
thank
have a
you.
theory before I Google it.
Okay.
I think it's a company that people hire to like bring you a surprise, and they don't want you to know who it's from.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's totally.
By the
a
way,
thing.
it's the cologne is $140 a bottle. Like it was like real fancy.
Do you wear cologne?
I don't, but I may start at $140 a bottle, and in honor of the Admirer Group, maybe I'll smell
used
great
to,
tonight.
and I don't know why I stopped. I think once I got married, I didn't have to impress anybody anymore. Maybe that was it.
You know, I always say the older you get, the more cologne you wear and the more perfume you wear. Like older women wear a ton of
You
perfume.
can smell them coming
like
a mile away.
You can smell them coming, and when they leave, you can still smell. I think that's true of men and women. The older you get, the more cologne that you wear. Hey, real quick, I want to point out, John, your UCLA Bruins.
Yeah.
Impressive yesterday. Very comfortable win over who'd they beat?
That's the
Utah
men.
State. Yeah, that's the men.
The women are going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, the women play today at 4 o'clock on ESPN. They're playing 16 seed Southern. The game is at Pauley. And then the number 4 overall U.S. Seed is USC, and they are playing tomorrow at Galen Center. They're 30.5-point favorites. So I'm going to do a little mythical money here, John.
Too many points. Don't do it.
Parlay. USC minus 30.5. I'm sorry, minus 32.5, and UCLA minus 30.5. I'm going to put that in a 2-team parlay. What do you think? I'm laying the 30.5, 32.5.
I think it's too many points.
I think they're just going to blow the doors off of them. So give me a little mythical
All right.
money on those guys.
Before we get to sports graffiti,
yes,
let's look at the Mason and Ireland brackets.
Oh yeah.
I've got them pulled down in front of me.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5,000 mythical dollars. Thank you.
In first place with 170 points. What was that?
It was Aaron Donald growling, and now it is the March Madness team.
In first place with 170 points, Greg Bergman.
Oh, Bergman.
Tied
Wow.
for second place.
Oh, yeah.
With 150 points. Laura Romo.
Romo.
And John Ireland.
Okay.
Tied for third place with 140 points. 3 people. Brian Cohen, Parker Bell, and Steve Mason.
Okay.
In
Good group.
third. That's gold, silver, bronze.
Right.
Who's dead last? Momo. She has 110.
Wow.
Which is like nothing. So that means she went like 11-5.
Yeah, that is nothing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Now, the one thing about my bracket is it is 100% chalk. The better seed I have winning every single game. So far, I'm only in third place. But I would imagine it's going to even out as the better seeds start winning deeper into the tournament. I still think with 4 number 1 seeds, I got a chance to win.
By the way, Brian, who did you pick to win the whole thing?
UC San Diego, baby, and they're out.
But
you lost your tournament winner on
Brian,
day one.
They were in it until the last shot.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
I did. I thought, they were getting killed at the half, and they made a huge comeback. I thought they could do it.
The reason I asked, and that makes sense now, is they offer you how many points you could get max.
Oh, right.
And so Bergman, 1,900. Laura and John, 1,880. Parker, Mace, you're 1,870. So
Okay,
most of your
so in
teams
it,
are
yeah.
sold out. Brian, you're 1,250.
1250. Oh, yeah. Once you lose a champion, you're
Right.
done.
Yeah.
Losing the champ. I had UC. I ran them deep. No, I didn't.
Hey, they
UC
almost
San
did it. Come on
Diego.
now.
Yeah, they almost did it. All right. Here's all Brian's great moments from the tournament. One shining moment for UC San Diego out in the first round. All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti coming up for you next. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. In the meantime, hey, it is Friday. And let's say you're driving home and let's say you're driving to my party and you're thinking about the weekend and bam, some moron hits you. No matter where you are on the freeway today, too busy texting or they slam into you, now you're in pain, you're stuck dealing with a mess, and you didn't cause it. And just when you need help, your doctor's office is also closed for the weekend. By the time you get an appointment, 10 days have passed, no treatment, no relief, insurance company questioning your injuries. Don't do this to yourself. No, if you're injured, call Jacob right away, even on a Friday night. Jacob and his team are going to guide you, whether that means heading to urgent care, the ER, or getting you to see a specialist first thing on Monday morning. No waiting, no out-of-pocket costs. Just real help when you need it the most. So don't wait. Call Jacob now, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. When something happens, you want Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Bronny. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com, and Jacob has spent nearly 30 years taking on the biggest players and winning. Now he's taking on those responsible for the wildfires. If you've been affected, don't wait. Call Jacob today, 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Galen Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets the madness in the tourney underway against 16 seed UC Greensboro on 7:10 a.m. in the ESPN LA app. At noon, hear Kings hockey on the ESPN LA app as they battle the Carolina Hurricanes. And at 6 p.m., the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off gets underway as the Lakers face the Chicago Bulls at Crypto.com Arena for Saturday night action. It's a Madness Saturday tomorrow on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
The official partner of Palm Tree Crew at the Waste Management Open is now bringing fans to the biggest rivalry in golf, the Ryder Cup. USA versus Europe. Fired up crowds, unmatched intensity. This isn't just golf, it's a battle for supremacy. With Absolute Sport, you'll get premium access, luxury accommodations, and the ultimate fan experience. Don't just watch history, be a part of it. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
The entry window is now closed, but ESPN LA and BBGO are still on the hunt to find the Lakers Gofote, the greatest Lakers fan of all time. And now we're going to need your help. From now till March 24th, just go to LakersGofote.com and vote for the Gofote. The Lakers Gofote is going to be rewarded with incredible prizes like courtside seats and a whole lot more. So remember, do your part and vote for the Lakers Gofote now through March 24th, only at LakersGofote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. LakersGofote.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, here we go. It is sports graffiti time. Ireland, you do the honors today.
All right, let's start with Sean and Lamita. Hey, Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, okay, I got one for you. Happy birthday, Mace.
Thanks,
First of all,
Sean.
happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, man.
No worries. Okay, there's this Amish family. They come into this town, the city. They haven't been in the city before, but the mother goes to a farmer's market, and the father and son come to a building. They see an elevator for the first time. They don't know what it is. An old lady comes up and pushes the up button. The door's open. She climbs in. They see the lights go up, and they see the lights come back down. And all of a sudden, this beautiful lady comes walking out of the elevator. The father looks at the son and says, "Go get your mom."
It's good. It's good. His jokes are on the long side, and yet they make me laugh at the end.
Big Rob in Inglewood. Hey, Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
What's up? Hey, happy birthday, Mace. Hey, but
Thanks,
look,
man.
let me ask you guys this real quick. Have you guys ever seen the movie with Ike and Tina Turner when he said, "LMA, you're going to eat this cake"?
Yes. What's love got to do with it was the movie? Yeah.
I just want to say to you guys have no choice, because I know who you work for, but to drink the LeBron juice, all right? And listen up. I'm not a Bronny hater. I'm happy for the kid. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, sometimes it's not what you know. It's who you know, all right?
Right.
And I just want to say, here's what I want to say. I just want to say, hey, if this guy was never the best player on his high school team or the 1 year on his college team, okay? And look, let's read the whole story. If you go back, you know what I'm saying, and look at his college stats, a guy that's averaging less than 5 points a game, this guy would not have got drafted, okay?
100%. No, that is not untrue. That's
Rob,
not the argument.
Rob, we're not disagreeing with you about that. But the problem is why? Okay, let's Rob, let's tell the truth.
Yes.
What happened last night? Did that look like a guy who can't play in the league?
Okay, let me tell you this. Listen up. The Bucks last night, they did not have the mindset, let's play our best game, okay? And secondly,
Shane in Inglewood. Shane, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Shane.
Me?
Shane going once.
You got it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
You're
this
loud
is
and clear.
the time when you talk.
Yeah. This is Channing from Inglewood. Yo.
Okay.
Well, now you know why I had his name wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Josh in the OC. Hey, Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, Mace, happy birthday.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, so this question is like a real legitimate question. It could be for Lindsay, it could be for Brian, it could be for you too.
Okay.
So this is real world stuff. I was laid off from Amazon 9 months, almost a year ago. I've been there for 9 years.
Okay.
So I've used ZipRecruiter. I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to get noticed. But what do you tell people, and this is going based on what you guys are talking about the nepotism and stuff.
Yeah.
You got to know somebody. So my problem is I don't really know anybody, so I'm looking for any kind of advice you guys can give me. How do I get my name out there? How do I get, recognized? And even in the sports world industry, I'm also would love to work in the sports broadcasting, even with Bergman, with you guys. So
sure.
Whatever you guys can give, I'm all ears for it.
Okay, so Josh, let me ask you the old genie in the bottle question. Genie pops out of a bottle, says, "I can give you any job you want." Oh,
yeah.
he left.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
It sounded like he's willing to do pretty much anything.
Yeah.
What I would tell you is the one thing that almost works every time is persistence.
Yes.
You cannot give up. If you get a no, you move on to the next one until you get a yes. When I first got my first TV job, I got 110 no's till I finally got a yes.
Yep.
In Monroe, Louisiana, and I packed my car the next day and I left.
Yep.
You have to be willing to be persistent. Press on.
Yeah.
No matter what.
The other thing, and this is maybe more practical, that you should get onto LinkedIn if you're not there already. I have a friend that just got a job through LinkedIn. They just reached out directly to some vice president of human resources, connected there, and ended up with a job. So that's another way that you can, aside from ZipRecruiter, you can also try LinkedIn.
Heather in Palmdale. Hey, Heather, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hi there. Happy Friday, guys.
Thanks, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Happy early birthday, Mace.
Thank you very much.
I hope you guys have a blast tonight. And I have a serious question. Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
Oh, that's a very interesting question.
Did you offer to at some point?
At one point I said, yeah. And by the way, I've never stopped going to the gym. I am still hardcore
So
in the gym.
You're feeling very svelte?
Feeling very good. I think I was being sarcastic when I said I would do the show without my shirt off on my birthday. But thank you for asking, Heather. It's very nice of you.
Your birthday is Sunday.
Sunday, yes, correct.
So I've been on a Zoom call with Mason that he did with his shirt off.
Yeah.
With Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams.
And I was ripped.
And he was
shredded. I was shredded.
He was also in bed, Heather.
Yeah, I was in bed, but shredded.
All right, thanks for calling.
Thank you,
Have a
Heather.
great weekend.
Very nice to hear from you.
Crypto Ray. Hi, Crypto Ray. How are you?
Hey, so I got 3 questions for John Ireland, trivia questions about Steve Mason.
Okay, go.
They worked a combination of 33 years together, including, as of this week, 21 years at ESPN LA.
Yep. Okay. What are the questions?
So Mason's going to turn 60 this Sunday. So as part of Mason's 50th birthday celebration, Mason took part in what event and in what city in 2015?
All right. When you turned 50 in 2015, I don't remember him doing something specific for his birthday, but I think that was around the time you entered the Long Beach Grand Prix race.
You got
Is that it?
That's right,
Okay.
Ray. Yeah.
All right,
That
Ray.
is correct.
I'm 1 for 1. What's the next one?
All right. Mason has appeared, written, and directed a number of films. His first was in 2009, where he wrote, directed, and starred in this film. What was the name of that film?
The name of that film was Little Devil. It was about Lee Atwater, and Mason was very, very good in it. And the thing that is memorable about that movie to me is Mason made out with a girl.
I did, yes. A fine actress.
Yeah.
She and I had a love scene, yeah.
All right, I'm 2 for 2. Let's see if I can get them all, Ray.
Yeah, I'll put out the trailer on that one.
Okay.
Question 3. Most of us know Mason owned movie theaters. As part of his interest in cinema and films, Mason set up a venture in predicting box office revenues and incomes. He ran the blog, which is modeled on Fantasy Football Prediction League. What was the name of that blog?
Oh, man. It's got the word Hollywood in it, I think, but I don't remember. I remember you doing it, but I don't remember.
Let me see if I can remember. Was it Fantasy Moguls?
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right. Ray, those are good questions.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you, Ray.
I'm happy I got 2 out of 3.
Thank you for listening so closely over the years,
that's a
man.
good question. Adam in the OC, you're on Sports Graffiti. Adam, go.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, John, I've been dying. I have two quick things.
Yeah.
First one, John, I've been dying to hear about if there was the Alec Baldwin scene in Glengarry Glen Ross.
Good question. There is not. David Mamet would not allow it. He wanted David Mamet, who wrote it, did not write that scene. They added it to the movie. They make reference to it, Adam. There's an always be closing line.
Oh, there
there
is?
But not the speech.
Oh, okay, got it.
There is not that character and not that speech. So a little disappointing, but if you're in New York and you liked the movie, I think you would love seeing. It's just a star-studded cast. Kieran Culkin plays the Al Pacino part.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr is great.
Michael
in it.
McKean.
Michael McKean. The guy.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, Odenkirk has the Jack Lemmon part. It's very much
What
worth
movie
doing.
is this?
Glengarry Glen Ross. Have you ever seen it?
No, but I love all of those actors you just
It's a
mentioned.
Broadway show.
Yeah, they debuted on Broadway. I got to go on the second night of it, and it was really worth going to. Did you have another question, Adam?
Yeah, real quick, just a suggestion. Bring back the poker tournament at Commerce. You didn't have it last year.
Yeah.
Let's have another one this year.
I'm all for it. I'm going to talk to my friend Spencer out there at Commerce. We should definitely do another Mason Ireland Poker
By the way,
Invitational.
we love that tournament.
Oh,
If we don't have it, it's not because of us.
Yeah.
We say yes to it every year. They've just got to come up with the right sponsor. Hopefully
Yeah.
it would be Commerce.
Yeah.
Here's Don in San Dimas. Hey, Don, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say a couple things. The first is I think a lot of the Bronny hate just comes from people not liking LeBron. I can't stand LeBron just because of the way he flops and everything, but it is what it is.
Okay.
But I don't hate Bronny. I actually feel kind of bad for him. But to say is, Mason, I enjoy you so much, man. I dig you, and I hope you have a great birthday because it really means the world to me to be able to listen to you guys during the day. But
Wow.
take care and have a good one.
That is a great
that's
compliment,
nice,
Don.
Thank you, man. That's very nice.
Here's Jay in Pasadena. Hey, Jay, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. Happy birthday, May.
Thank you, man.
John, I wanted to hear from you. If we have to whittle this down to an eighth-man rotation for the playoffs, who do you think are going to be the odd men left out?
Michael advocates for this. He says that eight
Should be only eight.
is all you need. So is everybody healthy? Is Rui back? Is LeBron back?
Yeah,
is that the
let's
premise?
assume everyone's back. Everyone's healthy.
Okay. The three that pop into my head, okay, and I don't know what they're thinking. I think I would be more comfortable with 9 rather than 8. The first two you have to play are Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith because they're great on-ball defenders. So those two are in for sure.
I think you got to play Gabe Vincent at this point.
Well, that was that. My question is, if you're going with 8, is it Gabe Vincent or Dalton Connect?
I think it's got to be Dalton.
See,
I think Mace has a point with Gabe.
I think Gabe plays some defense, man. I like Gabe out there a lot.
But that's why I think you go 9. I think you play both of them.
LeBron,
and you go
Luka,
9.
Austin Rui, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent. That's 7.
Well, no, Finney-Smith makes 6. Jared Vanderbilt makes 7. And then the question is, for the 8th player, do you want Vincent or Connect? I would say play them both. Go to 9.
I would say play them both also.
It's a good question.
Yeah, very good question.
Thank you,
I
Jay.
don't think an 8-man rotation is necessary.
The reason Michael likes 8-man is because that's what it was when he played for the Lakers. It was him, Michael Cooper, and I think Kurt Rambis. AC Green was starting, and so Kurt was the 8th. But so it was Kareem, Magic, AC, Byron, and Worthy were the starting 5, and then they went Michael, Kurt, Coop.
Now, see, I expect to see Jordan Goodwin a little bit during the playoffs too.
You're gonna.
He plays some defense. I like that. He does all the little things, all the dirty work.
Let's squeeze a couple more in here. Miguel in Ventura. Hey, Miguel, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, Miguel.
Miguel or Nadav?
What's your name?
It's Nadav.
Nadav.
I'm called Miguel.
That's you, man. That's you. Sorry about that.
Lindsay,
My bad. Okay, I was like, do I start talking? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, Mason, happy birthday, brother. I love your humility. You're one of my favorite radio people. In the entire world. Like I love how funny you are and just how awesome you are.
Thank you,
and
man.
Genuine. It's really a relief to hear. And, so I just want to let you know before your birthday, that's amazing. I have a quick thing about Bronny. It seems like America or the world today hates success that they can't have.
Interesting.
So, for example, it's kind of like, for example, never count another man's wallet, right? We say that continuously. But what do? We do it all the time. Well, you wouldn't be a millionaire without your dad, or you wouldn't have done this without so-and-so. And Bronny, the most genuine individual, he seems to be a very genuinely good kid and is really doing what he can to develop. Now, we forget about his heart attack and all of that.
Yeah.
I think that with him, it's kind of like, at one point, the entire United States loved Elon Musk, right? We loved him. He's going to save the world. He's doing green energy. He's great. And then he became political. And then the world's like, well, he's a
and now half the
billionaire.
country hates him. Yeah.
Yeah, and now, exactly. But the thing is like, well, I thought we agreed with what he was trying to do. And we forget about that. We just hate the fact that he's a billionaire.
Right.
So with Bronny's been showing some success. I've been watching his D-League play. He's really developing fast. And for a late second-round pick, that's a dream come true for an NBA team.
Yeah, right.
It's very rare you have a late second-round pick that develops into something great. It's not like, the NFL, we've got so many rounds. MLB, we've got so many rounds, not to mention we've got so many different you got rookie ball, single A, double A,
Right,
triple
like
A, whatever.
7 levels of the minors. Yeah.
Right? And then you become a stud. Every
Right.
once in a while, we know the stories. We know the stories of these guys that, they fly through the minor leagues in 2 or 3 years. That's not normal in baseball. It's usually 5 to 6 years before you. And so we put this hyper focus on Bronny, like, he's horrible. He's not this. He's not that. It's like, no. He's 20 years old. He is what he is. And I guarantee you, they wouldn't have given him that draft pick if they didn't know what his capabilities are.
Right.
And
All
let's
right.
not
Thanks,
forget-
man, for the phone call.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
it.
calling. Thank you for the nice words. Yeah, I mean, look, I think he said something interesting there. The comparison, the word comparison, because of social media, because of stuff like Instagram, we compare each other. Like, that guy's got that, and I don't have this, and he's driving
Right,
that,
but here's
and I'm
what
wearing this, and look what he's wearing. He's got a chain. I don't have a chain.
Yeah, I think you're right about all that. What I don't get is I'm jealous of a lot of things. I'm jealous of stuff you do and have. But how do I go from jealous, which by definition is I wish I had that,
Right,
to I hate you?
I think in year of our Lord 2025, there is just a small leap between the two.
Yeah,
just a
but
small leap between I'm envious and I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it.
And we had a call there. During Sports Graffiti, again, despite the performance last night, which was great, 7 of 10, it gave fans something to be engaged in last night. There wasn't a lot of other stuff happening for the Lakers.
He looked really athletic. He did not look lost. He looked like, hey, in a couple of years, that might be something. He should be a sophomore at USC.
Yeah.
So if you give this guy, if you give time for the cake to bake, as you like to say, I think it could be something.
Yeah.
And by the way, if it's not,
no harm, no foul.
It's the 55th pick.
Yeah.
95% of them don't work anyway.
Yep.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk to Tim Lavin. Tim wrote a book. He was a walk-on fullback at USC years ago.
Cool.
And wrote a book called Walk On You. He reached out to me this week and he said, are you aware that the NCAA is about to eliminate walk-ons? And I went, why? You can't eliminate walk-ons. He goes, April 7th, they're going to try and do it.
Wow.
So Tim's going to join us next to explain that and tell us if there's anything we can do about it.
Cool. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow, it's an MLS Western Conference showdown as LAFC battle Sporting KC at Children's Mercy Park.
On the ground, Ordaz in the middle. To a Bobasine, left-footed shot, and
Can the black and gold bounce back with a win? Or will Sporting KC defend their home turf?
goal! Jeremy Bobasine! Goal, LAFC!
LAFC versus Sporting KC. Pre-game starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers Rights, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Well, it's National Cocktail Day this week, or as I call it, every day at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lucky gift giveaway. Get a 3-quart ceramic saucepan when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 25th.
Number 2.
Fog Hat, live May 23rd.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Cadillac Lyric. Earn entries now playing table games with your rewards card and be here at 10 p on the 30th to win.
Morongo, good times.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new Gold Standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
3 to the 4. Everybody's getting tipsy. That's going to be the story of tonight. Everybody tipsy.
This could be the theme song for tonight.
We got some drinks rolling tonight at the Mason One house. All right, so join us right now. This is interesting. A guy who wrote the book on walk-ons. He wrote a book a number of years back called Walk On You. Tim Lavin joins us. Apparently there is a movement to try to get rid of walk-ons.
Which makes zero sense to me, Tim. First of all, thank you for coming on. And when were you a walk-on at USC? When did that happen?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. I walked on in 1988 and played 4 years through 91, graduating in 92.
Okay, so explain to me, you reached out to me earlier in the week and say, we are in jeopardy of losing walk-ons. Like somebody's trying to cancel walk-ons. Explain to me what you meant.
Well, for 75 plus years, walk-ons have been a vital part of college sports. Primarily football is what we think of most, but they are all over college sports, male and female on every sport out there. I think there's 16, 17, 18, 19 different teams at every college. And with the whole NIL that we've been hearing about for the past several years, they have decided to fork out. The NCAA agreed to a settlement of $2.8 billion to start paying players from now and into the future, but also they have to back pay going back, I believe, to 2016.
Yeah.
They filed the lawsuit in 2020, but apparently there's some kind of legal thing where when you file the lawsuit, it automatically goes back 4 years before that. So you got 2016 all the way through now. You got to pay all those players in all the sports and all the universities, and then moving on into the future. And because the NCAA is seeing this large number, that the schools will also participate in some of that money, but the NCAA is on the hook for it. They just see a whole lot of money going out, and they're like, hey, we don't want to pay walk-ons. Let's just cancel them and get rid of them forever.
So is that on the table right now, Tim, a rule or a bill or something that could cancel walk-ons? And by the way, while we're talking about that, is it for every sport that they would cancel walk-ons?
Yes, it is for every sport. The case is House versus NCAA, and House is an individual guy named Grant, who was a swimmer at Arizona State, who started this in 2020. It became a class action lawsuit.
Okay.
So it's House versus NCAA. And in May of 2024, after 4 years of going back and forth, the NCAA finally agreed, in theory, to the $2.8 billion settlement with a revenue-sharing model, which allows Division I schools to distribute funds directly to student athletes. And the final hearing is April 7th, just 17 days from now, where they'll go over the details with a fine-tooth comb. And one of the things on the chopping block is walk-ons. And I'm doing everything I can to eliminate, stop that from happening.
So what actions are you taking? What actions can people take?
Well, what I want to do with the help of you guys and getting on your show is do mass media throughout the country. This really came to my attention. I knew it was happening, but I really started studying, so I'm just getting started. I'd love to do mass media throughout the country, television, radio, podcasts. I'd love for people to go to walkonu.com, the letter U for university, walkonu.com. I have a poll there. I'm going to be peppering the lawyers of this, the court, the judge, and letting them know that there are tens of thousands of athletes affected by this. There's over 10,000 walk-ons out there in the universities right now that will just stop.
Hey, Tim, I got a question. This seems like a simple solution to me, and there must be a reason why no one's done it yet. But what would be wrong with me? Let's say I'm you in 1988, but it's 2025. And next year I'm a freshman at USC. And I was a good football player in high school, and I want to walk on, similar to what you did back in the day. Why can't I just sign a waiver that says you don't have to pay me and they'll let me walk on? Is that an option?
I don't know the answer to that. That sounds like common sense to me. I don't know what's wrong with that. That is. I wrote a letter to the lawyers. It's on my website, and I said there has to be a better way. There is got to be a better way. Why don't we just talk about it rather than the NCAA just arbitrarily saying, hey, I have a good idea. Let's just eliminate walk-ons.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Okay, Tim, give the website again. It's walkonu.com.
That's right, walkonu.com. And if you think you can help me in any way, shape, or form, my email's on there, tim.lavin@walkonu.com. I would love any help that you can to help me get the message out.
Okay,
all right,
nice.
Tim, good luck. It's a good cause, and it seems like this reminds me, Mace, remember when they when a lot of entertainment companies stopped using interns? Because a couple of interns. Sure. Tim, I don't know if you're familiar with the Black Swan intern case, but that movie.
I'm not.
All right, so there was a movie with Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis called Black Swan. 2 interns on that movie, after it was over, sued and said, we worked on that movie like we were real employees, and they won in court. And for a couple of years, the end result was every entertainment company, including ours, including Disney, killed their intern program.
Right. In the end, there's no such thing as an unpaid intern anymore. You're not an intern has to be paid, and it eliminated a lot of opportunities for unpaid interns.
Right. But Tim, the good news is everybody figured out a way to get the interns back. Like we have interns again now.
Yeah, we have paid interns.
So hopefully with walk-ons, there seems to be a common sense solution here. We don't need to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Like if maybe you come up with a walk-on rate and you pay them way less than what you pay the NIL people, and then they're still allowed to walk on, because not letting anyone, male or female, in any sport walk on is just brutal.
Yeah.
There's some great walk-on stories.
Yeah, famous walk-ons. Exactly.
All right, so Tim, good luck. Keep us posted, and I hope you guys get this turned around.
All right. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Okay, cool. And that's walkonu, the letter U.com, walkonu.com, and reach out to Tim directly if you have thoughts or ideas on how to save the college football walk-on, all sports.
Seems like a ridiculous overreaction, but as I've said for many, many years, the NCAA is a bunch of incompetent boobs, and we need to get rid of them anyway.
Well, in this case, this is my understanding. If you are on a college football roster, you must be paid.
Even if
you're a walk-on. Okay, so that's why they're eliminating walk-ons, because they don't have the money to be able to pay walk-ons. It's like unpaid interns.
Right.
They're eliminating unpaid interns. If you're a walk-on, you've got to be paid like the star quarterback is paid by the university.
Right, but what's wrong with this? I'm a walk-on. Let's say I was a good high school quarterback, not great, but Lincoln Riley wants me on campus as a walk-on so I can be the quarterback of the scout team.
Yes.
All right, I'm never going to play in a game, but I'm going to be in the program.
Yep.
Like what walk-ons do. So I love it, and I want to do it.
Yeah.
Why can't I say to Lincoln Riley, okay, I know there's a rule that I have to be paid. Pay me $1.
Correct. Or
It has to be minimum wage at least.
What about a volunteer? Can't you have just volunteer? Every organization's got volunteers. Why can't you be a volunteer as opposed to a walk-on?
Lindsay, minimum wage at a school like USC is small potatoes. They could easily do that. So
Remember, they're paying guys all the way back to 2016. This is going to bankrupt some smaller universities, this particular judgment, which was a pro-player judgment.
Except that I think the money's coming from the NCAA and not the schools. According to what Tim said, he said the NCAA has agreed to pay him $2.8 billion.
Right.
So I don't think the schools are getting that bill. But it seems like people smarter than us could come up with a way to save walk-ons.
Yeah.
Whether it be just pay them a standard rate, if Lindsay's right that they have to pay a minimum wage, just pay the walk-ons minimum wage and let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Coming
Coming up,
they get that worked out.
Coming up next for you, two things. When you meet somebody famous, is it fair to expect a picture? And also, who are the highest paid players in Major League Baseball for this year when you add salary plus endorsements? That's coming up for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Galen Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets the madness in the tourney underway against 16th seed UC Greensboro on 7:10 a.m. in the ESPN LA app. At noon, hear Kings hockey on the ESPN LA app as they battle the Carolina Hurricanes. And at 6 p.m., the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off gets underway as the Lakers face the Chicago Bulls at Crypto.com Arena for Saturday night action. It's a Madness Saturday tomorrow on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Catch up with friends on game days while watching your favorite teams, or unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails inside the Rays Lounge. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, located next to SoFi Stadium, the Forum, and the all-new Intuit Dome. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 plus to enter. For more info, go to playhpc.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows.
Happy.
Fun shows.
Fun. Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
You know whose birthday it is today?
Graham Metzger.
It is Graham Metzger's
Matt
birthday.
Burke.
Matt
Happy
Burke.
birthday, Graham and Matt.
Yeah. It's also William Shatner's 94th birthday.
Wow. Wait, he's still going, huh?
He's still going. Went to space last year, right?
Yeah.
And somewhere he recorded an album. Do you know? Remember this?
Yeah.
He recorded an album.
And it's great. He's Rocket Man's on
Right.
there.
Lucy
Yeah.
in the Sky with Diamonds is incredibly memorable. He basically just talks his way through the song.
Okay, so I'm a David E. Kelly fan.
Yeah, David E. Kelly's great.
You know, who's a TV showrunner and a writer.
Everything from Ally McBeal to Big Little Lies, all those shows.
I'm pretty sure this was one of his shows. He used to have a show called Boston Legal.
Yes, he did.
And William Shatner played a character named Denny Crane.
Yeah.
And he was like, he took himself super seriously, but he was funny.
Yeah.
Like you'd walk in and he'd just walk up to people and go, Denny Crane. That's it. So halfway through the run, and it was a hit show. It was like a top 10 show. His son shows up.
Yep.
And his son is like a mini-me, exactly like him, and his name is Donnie Crane. So he would walk up to people and go, Donnie Crane.
Donnie Crane.
You know who played his son? You don't?
No, I don't.
Freddie Prinze.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Our buddy Freddie Prinze
Oh,
Jr.
that's funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah, no, did not know.
Is he coming tonight? Is he invited?
Freddie's invited. I have not. I've not heard from
I hope
Freddie.
he comes.
Freddie,
Freddie,
I
if
hope
you're
he
listening,
does.
come.
Fantastic guy. Great guy.
Mace, do you get mad if people don't RSVP?
It's no.
But it gives you a head count.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a.
I wasn't sure
how
until
much
like
booze-
yesterday.
You didn't RSVP till yesterday.
I know, because I wasn't sure if I was going to come, and I'm still not sure.
I
But
got
figured better.
I got an extra bottle of booze because I knew you were going to be there.
Well, blame Bergman.
What are you drinking?
What time is your flight?
10:30.
Okay.
So get
So I was
loaded
gonna come
and
for like an hour.
Get
but-
loaded and grab the red eye.
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lindsay, we had this conversation today. There's a guy who got busted on, was it United flight?
Yes.
For spending too much time in the bathroom. And they ultimately had to break down the door because they said he was monopolizing the bathroom on the plane.
The lavatory.
The lavatory.
Was he taking care of his business when they broke in, or was he just
Yeah,
in
he
there?
said he was constipated.
He was constipated.
Poor
it's
guy.
like, yeah, I know. But I mean, do you, and Lindsay said I would never go into a airplane bathroom.
I said I do everything humanly possible to avoid them.
Yeah, but
because,
I'm on planes all the time. You got to go. You got to go.
Yeah, but you fly
gotta
on a
tell you.
private plane. That's
right,
different.
But it's a regular plane, Lindsay. The bathrooms are still the same.
Don't you think they clean them better and stuff?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I need to, especially on a long flight, I need to just walk around a little bit. Sometimes I'll like walk up to the bathroom, even though I don't necessarily need the bathroom, and I'll stand around, talk to the thing, go in the bath. Because I need.
Do you do this like stretch?
I do not do the stretching.
Well,
no.
we do some yoga.
Exactly. Don't do that. So Scarlett Johansson, who seems great, married to Colin Jost, she says she does not take photos with people who walk up to her and say, "Can I get a picture with you?" She says, it really offends a lot of people. It doesn't mean I'm not appreciative, of course, that people are fans or happy to see me, but I always say to people, I'm not working. And that means I don't want to be identified as being in this time and place with you. I'm doing my own thing. Does she have a point?
Well, it's interesting. Colin Morikawa, the golfer.
Yes.
Has been dealing with this exact issue. Apparently at the Players' Championship last week, he played, and he's a great player.
Yeah.
He's a local kid. I think he's from Valencia. I went to Cal, but I think he's from Southern California. And he's already won 2 majors, and he's an unbelievable player. And so Morikawa had a bad round at the Players, and he blew everybody off. And the other golfers got on him about it, saying, hey, man, it's part of your job to talk to the media. And then Colin doubled down. He said, I don't work for the media, and I owe them nothing. So Rocco Mediate, who has a podcast, said this about Colin Morikawa.
Mr. Palmer told us a couple things. This
Arnold
is what he
Palmer
told me.
he's
He goes,
talking
once you're on this tour now, your job is to protect it. Your job is to tell people great stuff when they're doing great stuff, or tell them, what the hell are you doing? That was stupid. Okay, and I've had that said to me too, and I've appreciated it because I'm like, yeah, that guy's right. Or yeah, I should do this better, or I should do this better. And that's what it's all about. If you can't admit that you're wrong, I mean, of course that's what he said. I don't regret anything I said. Then go forward, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But don't let the tour down. Just don't, because it's your home.
But this does, you brought it up. You brought it up in the Scarlett Johansson context. Does, if you are a professional, okay, even as Scarlett correctly points out, she's not working. Colin's a little more direct because he was at a tournament and he was working. Do you owe it to fans to stop what you're doing and acknowledge him or be kind or whatever, or is it not your job? What do you think?
Well, there's 2 slightly different things here, right? So if Scarlett Johansson is on the red carpet, she'll take pictures with anybody, right? She's just saying when she's at the Dwayne Reed, she doesn't want to be stopped.
Okay.
Colin Morikawa is representing, sort of what Rocco was saying, representing the tour, and it's part of your job to promote the tour. It's part of your job to talk about.
Even when you're playing bad.
Even when you're playing bad. It's like those are the moments where you've got an opportunity to rise above. That's the other thing. You can rise above a moment like that and be above it and, hey, that was a bad day, and slough it off and all that stuff and still promote the tour. But I think athletes do have a responsibility to their sport, not necessarily to the fans, but to their sport to represent it.
Okay, I have a dilemma that's somewhat related to this that I want your opinion on, all 3 of you. Okay. So when Michael and I do a game at Crypto, you guys have all been to where we sit.
Sure.
We sit up high. We're basically right in the middle of the crowd. There's some press tables there, but we're right in the middle of the crowd. And so when halftime rolls around, if you listen to the games now, I'm giving you guys some insider knowledge here. We get out immediately. So it's like 2 seconds left. That's a final. 2 seconds left. Austin Reeves shoots. It's no good. 50-46. Beto Duran next. ESPN LA.
Right. It's over.
Okay. As soon as I say that, I put down my headset and I bolt out of my chair, and I have to walk through the concourse, go down the back stairs, and get in line for the bathroom.
Okay.
The bathroom line is always long.
Mm-hmm.
I have basically 10 minutes.
Yep.
What's been happening lately is when I make that bolt, okay, people say to me, happening again last night, John, Ireland, John. I know if I don't get down to the bathroom,
you got blinders
I'm
on,
not going to be able to go.
Right.
But there was a guy last night that was like all over me. John, and he grabs me.
Yep.
And I go, hey, how's it going? He goes, good. I've always wanted a picture. I go, let's do it quick. And they fumbled with their phone a little bit, and I got down to the bathroom. Line's too long, couldn't go.
Yep.
In the future, how should I handle that?
Go to the press room.
That's where I'm going.
Oh, you're in the press room.
Yeah.
You weren't at the public bathroom. You were at the press room?
No, the public bathroom is way too long on the line. But I go upstairs, through the concourse, down the back stairs, into the press room bathroom.
I would say
if I don't get there within 2 minutes, the line's so long I can't go. By the way, you know who was in front of me in the line yesterday?
No.
Mark Walter.
Mark Walter,
owner of the Dodgers.
Wow.
I didn't say anything to him. Seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
But all right, so how should I handle that in the future? Just ignore everybody? That seems kind of rude.
No, you can't get away with that. Nobody can get away with that. We can't. I would never, ever.
I think it depends if you want people to think that you're a jerk or not, because some people don't care about that.
Because literally somebody will walk away.
I do care about that, but
somebody will walk away and say, John Ireland was such a jerk to me.
Blew me up. But what if I really have to go? What do I do?
Be like, I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll catch you next time.
That's not terrible.
No, that's okay.
I can
come
say
see me after the game.
Or wait, no. What I can say is, Lindsay, that's good. What I could say if this happens to me again is, I go, hey, I got to go to the bathroom really bad right now. Stay here. I'm walking back up here in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally
If you're still here in 5 minutes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep moving. Is that rude?
No, not at all.
I think
that's like going above and beyond, in my opinion.
You could say, got to see a man about a horse.
Yeah, what Vin Scully used to do,
right,
in this exact scenario, because when Vin was so famous and so popular, that when he would get out of his car at Dodger Stadium, anyone who saw him would start following him, and it was like a Pied Piper thing.
Right.
So what the Dodgers got in the habit of doing was, Vin would call a certain number of a security guy and say, I'm pulling into my parking space in 5 minutes. Can you meet me there? And the guy would say, sure. So Vin would pull into his parking space. There'd be a security guy standing there. He would get out of his car, and Vin would say, are you ready? And the guy would go, let's do it. And they would go, because he would never be able to get into the stadium because everybody would stop him.
Sure.
And with a big smile on his face, people would go, Vin, and Vin would go, how you doing? Good to see you. But he would never stop.
Right.
He would just, his feet were always moving. But he had such a big smile on his face, and he was so like, hey, everybody, how you doing? Great to see you. Great to have you here. Blah, blah, blah. And he would, but the key, he told me once, the key to it is, you cannot stop because
you keep moving.
Once you stop for one person, and then you don't stop for the second person, then that's when you get into trouble.
Right.
So he said, but I don't feel like I'm not important enough to ask a security guard to take me to the bathroom.
You're not security guard
Lindsay,
level.
I like your idea. I'm going to say, I really got to go to the bathroom, but I'll be back in 5 minutes. Just stay here. If you're still here, we'll do it. And then that puts the onus on them.
And it's above and beyond, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'll try that next time.
Just got a text question from our friend Ed. So the bathroom on your flights with the Lakers are the same size as the ones that we all have to use? So you got 6'9" guys using those bathrooms that are 5'9" person bathrooms?
Yep.
They do?
Yeah, they are not. The bathrooms are not reconfigured.
Jackson Hayes has got to figure out how to get into the bathroom on the plane.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille? Oh, man. You would think they'd get tricked out bathrooms.
By the way, you know, everybody, at some point in your life, somebody asks you, ever been in the Mile High Club?
Yeah.
Those bathrooms are way too small to do them. I mean, if you and your significant other are like 5 feet tall, I can see it.
Right.
But there cannot be anything fun about consummating a relationship in an airplane bathroom.
That's why Chevy Chase came out with his whole pant leg blue, right?
With what? I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the movies he was in.
Vegas Vacation.
Vegas Vacation, that's what it was. And they tried to do the whole Mile High thing, and he came out, and he couldn't. They were trying to like make it fit, make it work, and he ended up sticking his foot inside the toilet, and his pant leg came out all blue.
See, that's what would happen
with the
to
stuff
me.
in it, yeah.
So you've never even attempted it? You and Lisa never roll into the can and say, hey,
that's
come on.
No.
Come on, baby, let's hit the can.
The only time we've ever done
it stinks too.
The only time we've ever done anything roughly like that is one night we were on a red-eye flight and there was no one in my row,
right,
and no one in her row, and so we just slept in the same row. But we didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything?
We were sleeping together though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's close.
We were under the same blanket.
Some of you, Brian, are you in the Mile High Club?
No.
Linz, do you ever join the club?
No, that's
the
like
initiation's supposed to be fun.
Most gay people are in it,
right?
I am, absolutely.
It's a gross place to do it. Like it stinks and it's small and like.
By the way, it wasn't
people
quite a
are
mile
waiting.
because we were still in takeoff mode.
How did you not fall over?
It worked out all right,
Okay.
Liz. Worked out all right. All right, going to do some What's Up Fool. Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, time to talk about your Southern California Toyota dealers. If you're looking for a car, you got to try Toyota. Did you know that every new Toyota, whether it's a car, a truck, or an SUV, whatever you buy, as long as it's a Toyota, comes with Toyota Care, a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Toyota Care will keep your car running like a Toyota. So check out their selection today. You can get the best local offers at Toyota.com. For your next car, truck, or SUV, you can either go to Toyota.com or just go visit your Southern California Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Yes, you've inspired me. I've decided to go with a much shorter haircut now. decided to just 86.
Well, it looks cleaner, that's for sure.
The whole
I'm
Jufro
looking at it
thing.
now.
Yeah, I mean, it was like such a big, giant Jufro. I'm like, all right, I'm taking the whole thing down.
But you know what that means when you go shorter hair?
Tell me.
You got to be careful what you eat. You go shorter hair.
Yeah.
And the face explodes and expands.
Oh, yeah? You get fat?
You look even heavier.
You look fatter than you already do, huh?
More visceral fat.
Yeah. So
more.
Bigger, right? Facts, right, DeAndre?
Facts,
If you got short crop, you got to make sure to keep the face tight because if you don't, it's gonna look bigger and rounder than it normally will.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like my chin gets big and fat, my fat cheeks, you know.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The official partner of Palm Tree Crew at the Waste Management Open is now bringing fans to the biggest rivalry in golf, the Ryder Cup. USA versus Europe. Fired up crowds, unmatched intensity. This isn't just golf, it's a battle for supremacy. With Absolute Sport, you'll get premium access, luxury accommodations, and the ultimate fan experience. Don't just watch history, be a part of it. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Mace. All right, so I saw that there's this new curious-sounding trend that's flooding TikTok, and it's called brain flossing.
Brain flossing.
Yes, it's a mental well-being phenomenon, which includes listening to 8D audio, sounds that switch between your left and your right ears.
Okay.
So it works best if you have headphones on or if you're in like a quiet space like your car where you can play it loudly. But I'm going to play part of a brain flossing clip for
And
you
this
guys.
is going to flip from left channel to right channel?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm getting it in both.
Getting it in both. Does anything shift?
It goes back and forth, but you just
Back
got to
and
like
forth. Hang
close
on.
your eyes and... It makes my ears tingle.
Consider me flossed. I am flossed.
Does it make you feel weird? Because it makes my ears tingle.
Yeah, the thing about some of these, so I listen to mantras all the time.
Yeah.
I listen to mantras all night long, and they work for me. Ireland is legitimately going to sleep. Take that off. Stop playing it right now because he's nodding off.
That music, I think, did it to me.
So I totally.
It's supposed to relax you.
You zoned out. It
There's
does
no,
zone
When she
you
said
out.
close your eyes, and I went, oh, that's very relaxing.
Yeah, exactly.
It has certain tones in it that are supposed to trigger different parts of your brain to help calm you down and relax you.
Well, maybe I should use that to try and go
You
to sleep at my
should.
house. Where'd you get that?
There's like apps, like brain floss apps
Okay.
out there that are free.
I'll try that tonight?
This isn't that ASMR.
No,
it's not that.
No.
What is that?
ASMR is
The
like
one-
sounds of like people, certain things, like somebody like smacking their lips or eating or their shoes walking in the floor. Like it's like
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to that.
Don't listen to that.
But I try this music. It feels like you're at the spa getting a massage.
Yes.
It worked right away on me.
Yeah.
I feel like,
I like
it really
it.
does. Let me know if it works out for you.
Absolutely.
What's up, Foo? All right, guys, so we have a third and final update here about the Paul Skeens 1 of 1 card.
Oh, yeah.
So the 11-year-old who took the card from L.A., he was the one that found the card, lucky little kid.
Yep.
Sold for $1.1 million.
Good for him.
And what did the Pirates offer him?
They offered him, it was like 30 years of season tickets behind home plate,
Paul Skeens
yeah.
autographed.
It was a bunch of stuff,
greet,
but
all
this
that.
is definitely the better
$1.1
prize.
million is a better deal.
One
yeah.
of the prizes though was a suite with Livy Dunn, and,
Right.
and a lot of guys would totally think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
worth more than $1 million.
I don't know. $1.1 million. Libby Dunn may say, "Hey, you're rich."
I saw MLB meme account put out today too. Paul Skeens this upcoming year is only set to make $875,000.
So the kid's making
11-year-old
more than
kid-
Skeens.
right? Making
that's
more from
great.
Skeens. But it kind of got to me here. This 11-year-old kid, is he going to see any of this money here, or does the parents put it all away? Because if I'm 11 and I win this, I'm like, yo, come on, let me buy something.
So it
myself.
reminds me of a story. When I was growing up, I was probably 7th or 8th grade, and we went to Boogie Records. My dad's. We went to this record store. It was called Boogie Records, and their FM 104 was having a contest. Win a free trip to Boston and tickets to see the Boston concert. So I sign up for it, and lo and behold, win. So do I get to go to Boston? No, Mom and Dad go to Boston instead of me. Even though I won the prize, they said I was too young, but I was not too young, and I was not too young to go to the Boston concert, which was my very first rock concert. So I saw Sammy Hagar open for Boston in concert, but Mom and Dad got the big trip. I would say the kid, if they were smart, they'd put it towards his college education and all that stuff, but I don't think you can give a kid $1.1 million.
Would be fun.
It would be fun.
It would be dangerous.
Yes.
Is what it would be.
What's up, Foo?
Which one of you guys is next?
It's me. I was just trying to think of what I would do with $1.1 million. I remember when I got my communion money, all I wanted was a skip it.
First communion money, yeah.
What's a skip it?
It's hard to explain, but it was like a ball with a counter on it, and it had like a rope, and you'd put it around your leg, and you would go like this, and it would skip, and you would have to see how many times you could skip over it.
Wow. Boy,
That's all I wanted was a skip
communion
it.
money
I missed
well
that
spent.
phase.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
The
like
skip it phase.
early 90s, I guess.
Yep.
Mid 90s. All right, guys. So McDonald's has come out with a new meal especially for adults around the UK and Ireland, and fans have already dubbed it the Adult Happy Meal. So in celebration of the new Minecraft film, McDonald's has created Minecraft-themed meals, which will feature 6 exclusive collectible toys. So I want to know, if you could have any toy or something useful, practical, that's realistic, that you think would be good in an adult Happy Meal, what would you choose?
So this is a toy that you would put in a Happy Meal
for grown-ups.
For adults, yes.
What would we want to?
I couldn't think of anything that's practical because to me, a Minecraft-themed toy, like a collectible figure, doesn't seem very adult-like to me. But I guess it is.
Unless that's your jam,
Right.
Unless that's your big Minecraft.
The only thing that
fan.
popped into my head was you can now do so much with QR codes. So let's say, in the case of Minecraft, what would have been kind of cool is if you're into Minecraft and you go get a toy, it has a QR code, and when you click on the code, you can watch the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know if that's asking too much.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in the Happy... Does it say what else is in the Happy Meal? They're not really calling it. It's burger, whatever.
You can choose Big Mac or double cheeseburger. It's
Right.
like adult-sized portions instead of the little tiny
Boy,
kid
I can
things.
honestly say I haven't eaten McDonald's in 10 years.
I can honestly say I just looked up to see how many calories are in a Big Mac, and it's
That's right.
580.
You threw that- you
I
mentioned
did.
that.
I was just curious
How many
about.
people eat Big Macs, though? I mean, I'll eat
They
the
are
fries.
delicious.
but
I love the
I've never had
in-between
one.
bread. I love a burger with an in-between. Right, Brian? You know what I'm talking about, the in-between bread?
They're not the best burgers they have there at McDonald's.
Really?
But,
What
yeah.
are you going?
The
Quarter pounder?
pounders,
What
but
was
yeah.
the old, Mace, what was the old Big Mac song? 12 beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese,
pickles,
pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Boy,
That's a
good,
successful
that's
ad
a good
campaign.
If I haven't
Yep.
heard
My
that
dad
for
used to-
30 years and I can still recite
My dad
it.
never let us go to McDonald's, but I knew that song.
Yeah, I love me some McDonald's. I think it is excellent food. When I have
Best
no
fries.
self-respect at all, that's
Yeah.
where I go.
You know, it's
I'm with
funny
you.
what you remember. Like, my bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name. It's MAYER. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA.
That's a good one.
I don't like bologna, never ate bologna, but I remember that song.
Yeah.
They used to do so many great jingles. They never do jingles anymore.
No, nobody does
Except
jingles.
like ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
By the
which,
way,
like,
shout out for fried bologna sandwiches. Come on. Fried bologna,
want to know a funny
delicious.
story about fried bologna real
Yeah.
quick? Do you guys know who Sam McDowell is? Sudden Sam McDowell,
Yeah.
the pitcher?
Oh,
Pitched for
yeah,
the
Sam
Indians.
McDowell.
Right.
Way
so,
back in the day.
Back when my dad was a bat boy, he said that Sam McDowell used to give him like 50 cents or whatever to go up and get him fried bologna sandwiches and bring him down to the clubhouse for him.
I can only think of one. That's a good
On his
gig.
day that he pitched.
I can only think of one jingle right now, modern.
Plop, plop, fizz,
No,
fizz.
that, they,
oh,
they
what a
don't. They don't
relief
do that.
it
That's
is.
old.
That's old.
I don't think it's doing. The one I can think of is, "I want my baby back, baby back, baby back."
That's
baby
pretty
back, baby
current.
back.
That's a good
Chili's.
one.
They still use that one.
Chili's baby back ribs.
I have one.
All right.
And we all sing it. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's a
is.
good
That's
one.
a good one.
Because it plays a
Wait a
lot.
minute.
Yes.
Accident or
injury,
injury,
call
call Jacob. And
Yeah, so-
Ronnie,
call
call
Jacob.
Jacob.
So national jingles have kind of gone away, but local ones have seeped into the culture.
Jingles were great on the radio back in the day. Old time top 40 radio. Like when I was doing mornings, it was like Mason and Ireland. No, that's what we would do. Mason and Pam, Mason and Pam in the morning. That kind of jingle. And then all those old fashioned top 40 jingles were great.
When we were first starting, we were so stupid. We had a guy that, and matter of fact, this guy had to leave after a while.
Oh my God.
Remember the penile enlargement clinic?
Yes.
So there was this doctor who was selling penile enlargements on the radio.
Yep.
And the spots, Lindsay, would start with a girl's voice, and it would be, "He was the nicest guy I ever dated, but it was just too small." and another one would go, "He played 4 games of racquetball and didn't even take a shower." And right, and so we, of course, because Mason and I are complete morons, redid our show open.
Oh, yeah, we
and
redid our show
and it
open.
would say, "Steve Mason. He was the nicest guy I ever dated, but it was just too small. John Ireland. He played 4 games of racquetball and didn't even take a shower."
Yep.
Mason and Ireland, ESPN. And remember, then the guy got sued for malpractice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he did. He
and
got
it
in
had to go
big
away.
trouble. Yeah. Yeah.
That's no good.
They asked, that was the one they asked us to endorse, too. That
Lindsay,
endorsement.
they offered us each $10,000 to do endorsements for this doctor, and we both passed.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank God, because he turned out to be kind of a quack.
He did, right. He did.
Is there anything worse than a non-functioning penile enlargement?
No, I guess it would be bad news.
I wouldn't want my name attached to
No.
that.
Yep.
What's up, Foo?
Yeah, you want one more?
Yeah, sure. Do it, Brian.
All right, so yesterday, the best thing about being off, at this time of year was got to watch all those March
Oh,
Madness
yeah,
games,
yeah.
So it's
That's true. You got the first day of the tournament all to yourself.
It was nice. The one thing that caught my eye, I saw that NCAA was running their own PSA about sports betting. And so they're calling it the Draw the Line campaign. And the thing that kind of got me is, the whole thing is, these kids are playing, you could still lose, but don't be a loser.
Here's the actual PSA, which we happen to play.
There's losing, and then there's being the loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser would harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team. Get crazy when the buzzer sounds. But don't harass anyone because you lost a bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
So what's your question?
Well, they also had a stat in there, too, that said 1 in 3 student athletes get the harassment
Harassed,
online
yeah.
kind of deal. My whole question is about the campaign, because it actually, when I was watching, I was like, oh, damn. What do you think about them calling you a loser? You know, or don't be the loser.
Well, I
think
okay
it's
with
effective.
it. Yeah, I'm
that's what
okay with it. Nobody wants to be a loser.
Well, here's the other thing. We talked about this. You brought this up last week, Mace. Brian, I would eliminate all individual college prop bets.
Yeah.
In other words, like, is Juju Watkins going to score over or under 20 points? Juju goes out, has a bad shooting game. She's walking down the street going to the mall, and some loser lights her up.
Well, the other thing
They have in Ohio.
Just get rid of them.
They banned them in Ohio and a couple other states.
You can't do it. You
Nope.
can't do individual prop bets
Nope.
in Ohio. I wish they would make that a national
Yeah,
thing.
they should.
You know, the other thing about that is when you're it's so easy to hit your under. It's like so sketchy because
that's what got.
nudge,
Remember
nudge, wink, wink. I'm going to hit my under.
Remember Jonte Porter, the basketball player,
Yeah,
Michael
same
Porter
thing.
Jr.'s brother? He's playing for the Toronto Raptors. He bet on himself to hit his unders, so he would check into the
so
game
bad.
and then beg off with a hamstring, and the next thing you know, he'd go to the window and collect his money, and now he's banned for life. Yeah, so it's a slippery slope, but I just think. Don't bet on college prop bets ever.
No.
The base. What's interesting though is the line that you and I used to use is, we're never going to call out a college guy because they don't get paid.
No.
Now the college guys do get paid.
Right, but you can call them out. That doesn't mean you're going to harass them because they didn't hit the over.
Right.
That's those folks
Pretty
are
big
losers.
distinction
Yeah,
there.
Do you buy into the idea that now that they are getting paid, that they need to learn how to deal with that stuff and get thicker skin?
No.
Because some people say that.
I still think there's an
18-year-old is an 18-year-old. He hasn't been
I
through
agree.
everything.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, John. Let's do this. Dana White does it again, and it's crazy what he's doing. And we'll circle back to Bronny James and his big night last night for the Lakers. Lakers lose to Milwaukee. Nobody was playing except Bronny for all intents and purposes. He went for 17 on 7 of 10. A lot of people, a lot of the haters have come out of the woodwork. We'll talk about all that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow, it's an MLS Western Conference showdown as LAFC battles Sporting KC at Children's Mercy Park.
On the ground, Ordaz in the middle. To Obomesi, left-footed shot, and in!
Can the black and gold bounce back with a win? Or will Sporting KC defend their home turf?
Goal, Jeremy Obomesi! Goal, LAFC!
LAFC versus Sporting KC. Pre-game starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I. More of Mason in Ireland right now.
So it's
Eddie Money. Remember when Eddie Money came in?
Yes.
Big
yes.
Dodger fan, and then like a year or two later, he was gone.
Yeah, it's his birthday today. The thing I remember about Eddie Money was anytime he released a single, when I was working in Top 40 radio, when he released a single, he would call every single program director in the country and say, hey, will you give my song a listen? And you know what? We all played it because he took the time to call. Last night, Bronny James had a good night, 17 points on 7 of 10. Here's what J.J. Redick said after the game.
Not surprised by tonight. And I think his confidence is growing. I think the next step is just, becoming an elite conditioned athlete. Because when he does that with his physical tools and just his burst and his handle, and we think he's going to be an above average to really good NBA shooter. He's gonna have a chance to really make an impact.
And to put this into a little perspective, John, we played this in hour 1, but I thought we should play it again.
This is
very good.
This is a guy named Kent Padgett who works for FanDuel, and he has an Instagram account where he puts out he does deep dives on stuff.
Yes.
So my guess is that Kent heard all this stuff about Bronny can't play, nepotism, Bronny never should have been drafted, blah, 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 blah. So he actually went in search of facts, and here's what he found.
Let's compare Bronny James' stats and contract to all the players the Lakers passed up on in order to take LeBron's son. Because the media is saying they wasted a draft pick and gave him money a second rounder normally doesn't get. But that doesn't appear to be the case at all. Remember in a previous video I compared him to the other 3 guys drafted after him, the final 4 picks in the draft? NBA stats here in yellow, all pretty similar. It's not like they miss out on the next Jokic. G-League stats, Bronny, 22, 5, and 5, kind of cooking. The other guys, 9.6, 4 rebounds to assists. Forage, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and then Ariel Hukpoti, 7.7 boards. Statistically, it appears this was the correct pick. So the comments said, yeah, but look at his contract. It's nepotism. He got this 4-year, $7.895 million contract. Let's look at the other second-round picks who signed contracts. I see a lot of these 4-year, $7.895 million. Oh, it's just the standard second-round pick exception this year. I haven't heard anyone complain about Cameron Christie getting 4 years, $7.895 million. Yeah, but Bronny was drafted 9 picks after him. That's nepotism. All right, let's go to the previous year's draft, 57 and 58. The last 2 picks in the draft. Look what they got. 4 years, $7.639 million. They were drafted later than Bronny. They got the standard second-round pick money last year. Haven't heard anybody complain about these 2 names. So Bronny's NBA stats are on par with a late 50s pick. His G-League stats are better than the other late 50 picks. And his contract, the nepotism, it's on par with other second-round late 50s picks. They drafted him 4th from last. Who did you want them to take in that spot instead?
I think that's really well presented, and it begs the question, and I asked this at the start of the show, where is the Bronny hate coming from? I've gotten to know him a little bit, just being around him. He's a great guy, works hard, teammates love him. Mace, do you think it is simply because he's LeBron's son that people dislike him?
Yes. There are people, and we took a call during Sports Graffiti. I don't like LeBron. So obviously, if you don't like LeBron, you're not going to like his son. LeBron can, in certain circles, be a polarizing figure, and I think because of that, Bronny gets the same complaint. But I will also say, you got to acknowledge that nepotism is real. He wouldn't have been drafted in this spot had he not been Bronny James' kid after part of a season at USC, et cetera, et cetera. But once you get there, Once you get to the spot where you need to perform, you either do or you don't. You either make it or you don't. And last night demonstrated that Bronny has a chance to make it.
Let me let you guys in on a little secret. Life isn't fair, all right? A lot of times, kids of the owner of a company will be handed a vice president role or James Dolan is the best example of this. The guy who runs Cablevision and the Knicks and the Rangers. Everyone hates him. Like Ben Lyons is a huge Knick fan.
Right.
His father, Charles Dolan, made all the money, and then James inherited it, and now he's running the company.
Right.
The only question I've ever asked is, okay, they gave somebody that job because of nepotism.
Right.
Are they any good at it?
Correct.
And I just think Bronny should be able to sink or swim on his own merits. Last night he had a good night.
Yeah.
But people are trying to crap on that.
Yeah.
You should see my social media.
Oh, somebody called in earlier and said, yeah, Milwaukee wasn't really putting forth their best.
They played their starters
Come
the
on,
whole
the
game.
starters were in.
The whole game. And by the way, if you want to know teams don't not try.
Right.
When we were in Denver a week ago Friday, the Lakers were up by 3 without LeBron and Luka in the fight. And the Jamal Murray and Jokic pulled it out.
Yep.
But what were they not trying? Is that what allowed Austin Reeves to score 37 and Dalton Connect to score 32? No, you have to go out and do it.
Yeah.
All the time in life, all the time, people are given advantages because of who they know.
Yep.
Or because of what their family name is. The only question worth asking at that point is, can they do the job?
Right.
And the answer with Bronny is we don't know yet. Maybe.
Yeah.
Last night he moved in the step of the right direction, but there are people that just want to say, nope, shouldn't be there, nepotism. There's some guy working at Ralph's because Bronny screwed him and took his spot. I thought that guy, Kent Padgett, did a really good job of explaining how that's completely false.
Right.
That the people drafted behind Bronny are all inferior statistically to him, and you can't make the money argument that they handed Bronny $7.2 million and he didn't deserve it because people that were drafted after him are getting the exact same contract.
Right.
And I just think this kid should be allowed to sink or swim on his own. He may not make it. I
Right.
don't know. But right now, everything he's done has indicated to me that he's a pretty strong maybe. JJ went even farther than that. But I'm not gonna kill a guy because he's LeBron's son.
So we've got a game at my house. Whenever there is a second generation anybody that shows up on TV or on the radio, we always say, and they complain about Bronny. So we were listening last night to a Gracie Abrams song. I'm like, yeah, and they complain about Bronny. She's J.J. Abrams' daughter. Do you think she would have an album if she weren't J.J. Abrams' daughter? No. We talked about Kate Hudson last week. Would Kate Hudson have gotten in the door if it weren't for Goldie Hawn? Maybe not.
But look at
She's
what
pretty beautiful.
Yeah, but
she
look
is,
at what
there are a lot of beautiful women in this town.
At what point do you say about Kate Hudson?
She's earned it. She made it.
She's succeeded on her own, completely
She's
independent
got
of her mom.
the it that you need.
And there are examples of this in all walks of life. People that are in here. Our owner is a guy named Craig Carmazon. His dad, Mel, was one of the great icons of the radio business. Craig is succeeding on his own. He's taking risk. He's spending all his money on things like sports radio stations.
And I don't mean this in any negative way, but I mean, Jeannie Buss inherited the team. She is, by definition, there's nepotism involved there.
Right.
And it happens in corporate America all the time.
And now we're looking
happens
at a
in
team-
NFL coaching. Look how many second-generation NFL coaches there are.
By the way, so Dr. Buss laid the foundation and handed it over to the kids. Jeannie is the one in charge of the kids and who runs the team. Dr. Buss had nothing to do with us getting LeBron and Luka.
No.
Nothing. Those were all moves made by people hired by Jeannie.
Yes.
And so I think she's got a resume of her own.
She's earned her
Bronny
spot.
has
no
a
question.
resume of his own. Kate Hudson has a resume of her own. I don't get you people that hate because of the sins of the father. And Lindsay, I don't get why people don't like LeBron. I mean, I guess.
Well, I mean, that people. From the moment he got here, there are people that don't like LeBron.
What did he do? He has never even made a public-facing mistake in his life.
So I was talking to a lady at the gym the other night, and she said it's because he didn't show up at Blaze Pizza in Culver City the day. I'm like,
come on!
You will not let go of the Blaze Pizza incident.
Come on,
you got to move on from that Blaze
I
Pizza
wouldn't have
thing.
showed up to that either if I were him.
We all showed up. We did all show up.
Here's the thing.
We showed up with our phones.
Enough. He would have needed the National Guard to get him in the door.
Culver City shut down.
Yes.
And by the way, Mace, I beat the drum all the time around here. Star-driven town, star-driven town.
Yep.
LeBron could have gone to any city he wanted to. He was a complete free agent.
Yep.
He came here, and people still crap on him. And now people that don't like him are crapping on Bronny. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No. Yeah. But it's not. I think after last night, anybody looking at the game has to see potential. And that's all you hope for out of the 55th pick is some potential.
He's 20 years old. He's not going to be in the rotation if we make it to the when we make it to the playoffs this year. But if 3 years from now he turns into Alex Caruso, what are you going to say then? Alex Caruso was undrafted G League player.
Right.
I think he came through a G League tryout.
Sure.
And now Alex Caruso makes $7-8 million a year, and he's a key rotation player for the Thunder.
Right.
Bronny could turn into that, or he could flame out. He could be Smush Parker.
Yeah.
But we don't know yet. And anybody who says he can't play didn't watch the game.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up next for you, John, do you know what this is? Oh, that's not exactly what I was looking for. Wait a minute. What does that sound? Okay. We'll just say that's what it is. We'll say that's what it is. It's a slap. I'll explain why it's important. Coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, let me tell you about Austin Reeves' shoes. Reeves is with a company called Rigorer. I'm going to spell it for you. Rigorer. You can go to that website, rigorer.com. Rigorer. We've seen Austin Reeves killing it this season. You've seen the shoes he's been rocking. Those are the new AR2s that he designed. They're built for players who grind like Reeves. He was hands-on in crafting every detail. Whether you're in the game or just repping his look, these shoes have got you covered. Go to rigorer.com. I'll spell it for you again. Rigorer. Rigorer.com to get shoes now. They have shoes, they have pants, they have shirts, hoodies, all of it. Rigorer.com. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' signature shoes. Rigorer. Rigorer.com.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Gaywood Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets
Hey
the
everybody,
Madness
John
in the
Ireland
tourney.
here. Now is your chance to vote for the Lakers GOAT, the greatest Laker fan of all time. If you listen to the station, you know we've had this contest going on for a while. We got some fantastic entries, but only 4 people made it to the finals, and you can decide who is the Lakers GOAT. Go to that website, LakersGoat.com. The word Lakers, GFOAT.com. Voting going on now through March 24th. You'll decide who's the greatest Laker fan of all time.
Miles per year. VIN RH915476. MSRP $39.50 plus tax, tag, title, and doc fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 3/31/2025.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, so we have this. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay, maybe this will make it better. It's a slap.
There we go. That's better.
It's a slap is what that is.
What's the other one then?
The other one, I'm not sure. It's got a little, like... What's the boop for?
Well, yeah, what's the boop thing at the end?
Was in the system. He just looked in the where it looked for slap.
So we'll use it. All right, so power slap, John. Have you seen the power slap?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe it's still around.
So not only is it around, Dana White, who invented power slap, which, by the way, two guys just stand there and slap each other till one of them goes down. He just sold or got a sponsorship deal, 6 years and $76 million
for people to slap each other
for power slap. Now, you've watched it, right?
Yeah, it's just.
Oh my God!
I can't believe it's a thing. Yeah.
It's so brutal.
It's just picture two people picture a guy sitting down and the other guy slapping him on the face as hard as he can.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it doesn't sound like this. Does not sound like that. But $76 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so you found this story about a professional golfer, very attractive professional golfer.
Lindsay, do you know who Charlie Hull is?
Yes.
H-U-L-L. Brian, do you know?
I do not.
I did not know until today.
Okay, so Charlie Hull is a golfer on the LPGA Tour. She's from England. She's very attractive, but she has a habit that she's been unable to kick. She smokes cigarettes all the time.
Disgusting.
She smokes
Disgusting.
them before the round, during the round. Fans are walking up to her at golf tournaments asking her to sign cigarettes. She'll hit her tee shot.
Weird.
Light up a cigarette and walk down the fairway while she's on
Sounds
TV.
like John Daly.
Right. She is. That's a good way of putting it. She's like a female John Daly. And when asked about it, she's unapologetic. She says, look, I've been smoking since I was 17. I think she's 28 now. She said, I've been smoking since I was 17. Everybody in my family smokes. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, everybody. We all smoke. That's just the way it is in our family. And so it's kind of been her identifying characteristic.
Right.
So that's why it was a little surprising this week when she posted a video on Instagram. And I think she's with a guy, and I think it's her caddy. And she takes out a pack of cigarettes, and she says, all right, here's the bet. I will, and she hands him a pack of cigarettes. She goes, if you see me with a cigarette in the next 2 months, at any point, while we're golfing, while we're out, wherever we're doing, I'll give you $10,000. I'll give you $10,000.
Damn.
Now,
what's he have to wager?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So he's just basically
kind of
on
bet.
the receiving end of this bet. Now, Brian, here's my question. Is this smart or stupid on Charlie Hull's part? In other words, I think if I did what she did, it would make me quit. But she's offering a guy $10,000 with no upside. Do you think it will work?
I do not think it'll work. I think, somebody like that probably already has a lot of money, so it's probably not as big of a, deal to $10,000. I don't know.
Lindsay, do you think it'll work?
Yes, I think that first of all, you never bet more than you can afford to lose.
Sure.
Second of all, I feel like obviously she needs some additional motivation. So I think it's that's the upside.
I'm with Lindsay
health.
Mace. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely going to work. I knew that if I smoked a cigarette, I was going to lose $10,000. I would be like, no way in hell. And it's hard to quit smoking. Juan smoked for years and finally quit smoking. And it was difficult. It took 3-4 times for him to actually be able to do it. So do you know anybody I know people who smoke weed. I don't know anybody who smokes cigarettes anymore.
That's funny you should ask that. I don't want to out this
But
person.
you have somebody in your life who does smoke?
Last week.
Really?
I didn't know she smoked. And she goes, I'm going to go outside and smoke a cigarette. And I'll be back. And
I'm so grossed out by cigarettes and yet not by a joint.
Yeah.
Well,
Doesn't bother
cigarettes
me at all.
smell disgusting, and they linger on your clothes. Ugh.
I grew up in secondhand smoke. My dad smoked so much.
Yeah.
And he would
My
smoke.
dad smoked when I was young.
He would smoke in the car. And the whole car, you'd open the door and the smoke would waft out of the car.
And where you lived, it's not like you could roll down the window in December.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we lived on secondhand smoke. All right, coming up next
That
for you.
explains a lot.
It does. It does. It's had a major lasting effect. All right, coming up next for you. One famous actor says he would rather win an NBA title for his team than win an Oscar. I want to know from you if you believe it. Plus, if Aaron Rodgers hangs it up, TV analyst work may not be an option. Or we'll talk about that. Coming up next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow, it's an MLS Western Conference showdown as LAFC battles Sporting KC at Children's Mercy Park.
On the ground, Ordaz in the middle. To Obovisi, left-footed shot, and
Can the black and gold bounce back with a win? Or will Sporting KC defend their home turf?
goal! Jeremy Obovisi! Goal, LAFC!
LAFC versus Sporting KC. Pre-game starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Now, I know you're probably spelling comfort in your head and asking yourself, is that possible? Am I just a really bad speller? Look, I don't know your spelling aptitude, but Skechers most definitely put the S in comfort because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has developed fits and features that change everything you know about comfort, like hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the ultimate in comfort and convenience. It's footwear you just step into and they're on, with no bending down. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424
24 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's like to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
You know what? Instead,
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
that's right. It's F It Friday. Tonight is my big birthday party. I'm nervous, John. I'm nervous.
Why?
Oh, because, you know.
Your parties are always fun.
We got the house all decked out and ready for, it's going to be wild tonight.
All right, answer this question honestly.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
Odds on favorite, if we were handicapping.
Okay.
Who gets the most wasted at the birthday party tonight? Who's the leader?
That's very easy.
Cappy?
Funch.
Really?
What? You guys never been to like the Mandy's with Funch?
Funch?
Yes.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Well, is he Ubering?
Funch can put him down.
Oh, well, I hope he's not driving.
Of course not.
Okay.
Wow, Funch.
Oh, yeah, Funch can put him
I didn't
down.
have that on my bingo card.
No.
I'm here.
I got my
can't
friend.
believe
I think it's my friend Karen Ballard. She is just. Did I say her? I said her full name. Yeah, Karen. I think it's you. We also have a bet on who's the last person at the party.
Won't be me.
Yeah.
I'm probably like an 8 to 11 guy. 8 to
Yeah,
10, 8 to 11.
8 to 11 sounds right.
Yeah.
Cake is at 9.
I'll be gone by then.
You'll be gone by cake.
Yeah.
We got a special.
Is your
plan
face
for
on
cake.
it?
You can make me a little slice.
It may be even worse. You may even find it more obnoxious than when I put my face on the cake.
Okay.
All right. So one of the things, Lakers lose last night. Lakers still, right in the thick of everything. They are the 4 seed if it all ended today. But for all intents and purposes, they're within a game and a half of the 2. They're now 4 out of the 7, so they got a little cushion there. But they are definitely, I think, focused or should be focused on matchups, John.
And Jay Williams was on ESPN, I think it was yesterday.
Was this yesterday?
And
yeah.
he was talking about how if you're the Lakers, what you should root for in terms of seeding. Here's what he thinks.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm chasing that 2 seed. I am avoiding OKC at all costs until we get to the Western Conference Finals. I'm also, depending upon where Denver is, I'm trying to avoid them too. So by securing a 2 seed, getting that home court, I think it's just not home court, it's the 2 seed in home court. To me, I think that gives me the best shot of getting to the NBA Finals. Because I'm not trying to play OKC. And actually, even though I know they beat Denver when the Joker and Jamal Murray were playing, I would try to stay away from that. I would rather have those 2 teams play and we meet the winner of that in the Western Conference Finals.
So
Absolutely agree,
in his scenario, what you would root for is the Lakers to finish 2, either Houston or Memphis to finish 3, and Denver to finish 4 or 5, which puts them on OKC's side of the bracket.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers, with their schedule, because it's pretty hard, are probably the 4 or the 5. I'm
Then you get OKC in the second round if you're the 4 or the 5.
But I mean, you got to play. You got to play the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, you got to.
If they could, but Michael. Okay, so this is what Michael says. He says he got to crypto early yesterday.
Okay.
Like he was doing our show and then he walked over and just set up to do the game. It was about 4:30. And he said he watched LeBron go full speed for an hour.
Yeah, they talked about that last night on the broadcast. Was LeBron went really hard yesterday, and JJ says he's hopeful about tomorrow against Chicago. And it sounds like there's a real possibility he could be back and playing tomorrow. And it also sounds like Rui could be back and playing tomorrow.
I've been hearing more like Monday when we go to Orlando, but wouldn't be surprised if it's tomorrow.
Yeah, because apparently the practice was full tilt. For LeBron yesterday.
Good.
Yeah, I think ideally Mike Bresnan was doing this on Sportsnet or Access Sportsnet Lakers last night. He had Brez's brackets, and his suggestion was OKC exactly what you're talking about. OKC the 1, Lakers the 2, Denver drops to the 4-5. That means that Denver would face OKC, potentially knock them out, and the Lakers wouldn't say OKC or Denver until the Western Conference Finals.
You know who I don't want to play? Houston. They're young. They're athletic. They got a good coach. I would love somebody else to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
The ideal matchup for us would be maybe Memphis in the first round.
Yep.
Then somebody like Golden State in the second round. It'd be really fun to see LeBron go up against Steph.
Yep.
And then whoever, OKC or Denver, whoever comes out of the other side in the third round, if we're still playing. So that's kind of what I'm rooting for in the back of my head.
And this road trip coming up, by the way, the Lakers home to the Bulls tomorrow. Then they're at Orlando. They're the
Good
8th
team,
seed
by the
in
way.
the East.
Orlando just beat Cleveland.
Wednesday at Indiana. They're the 4th seed in the East. Thursday, the Bulls again at Chicago. And then next Saturday is Memphis. They're the 5th seed in the West. So, and again, I think chasing the 2, Jay Williams has the right idea. Chase the 2, avoid OKC until the Western Conference Finals, or let Denver have to deal with OKC. Let's see. There's one more thing I want to get. Oh, yeah. So Aaron Rodgers, there are all these reports out there. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Is he going to be the quarterback for the Steelers or not?
Sounds like it.
Can't quite tell. But yesterday there were reports surfacing from an unnamed NFL source that although Aaron Rodgers would be a great analyst, he's also insufferable and may not get a job. Now, do you believe that, John? Is Aaron Rodgers so insufferable that no network would hire him?
You and I have always disagreed on Aaron Rodgers. I find him to be an interesting guy. I think you would be in the camp that thinks he's insufferable.
I do. I am an Aaron Rodgers insufferable fan right there. He does annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah.
He is interesting.
I think he'll be as good or better than Tom Brady if they hire him.
Well, he can't be worse than Tom Brady.
Well, sure he could.
You think so?
Of course.
Tom Brady, if that's the floor.
You think Tom Brady's that bad?
I think Tom Brady is like my 5th favorite analyst, 4th favorite analyst.
You wait a minute. I know how you feel about Tony Romo. Do you think Tom Brady is worse than Tony Romo?
I think Tony Romo at least makes me talk about him after games. Brady, it's like makes no dent in the universe, makes no impact whatsoever in what he's saying.
Interesting.
So if you were to rank the analysts, I mean,
Collinsworth 1.
Collinsworth is 1. We're all in agreement. 2,
Aikman.
3,
Romo for me. Probably for you too, unless you're going to put Brady ahead of Romo. There's only 2 left.
Greg Olson.
Oh yeah, but he's in the B chair.
I'll take the B chair guy.
Okay.
Then Romo, and then Brady. $37.5 million to be ranked 5th.
Nice work if you can get it.
It is nice work. All right, so it's Game of Games
Lindsay,
time.
Is Cappy here today?
He is.
Go get him. Tell me we want him to play Game of Games. Okay.
Whose
thanks.
game is it?
Mine.
Oh, John Ireland's
Actually, it's not
game.
mine. It is mine. I'm going to administer the game. But the idea was given to me, and all the questions were written by Bill Nuss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like Bill a lot.
And
He's a great dude.
So Bill said to me, okay, here's the game. I just had to kind of reconfigure it. Like he had 4 choices instead of 3, and I had to tweak it a little bit. He goes, if you guys all think the game is good, here's what I want. And I didn't know he wanted anything. He said he wants an invite to the party. And I said, I didn't tell Bill this, but I said to myself, if Mason wins, he might let you have
if
that.
I win the game, Bill gets to go to the party.
But if you don't win, I can't see you doing it.
Bill's a nice guy. We saw him a couple of weeks ago. Sure. Yeah. All right, so we'll do Game of Games. It's Bill Nuss's game administered by John Ireland, and Cappy's going to play along. Mason Ireland, 710 ESPN. Hey, look what time it is.
Chumba.
It is game time. Are you ready to chumba? At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots, so much more. Hundreds of games. You will never run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking and the game is on. Suit up. Take your shot. And let's head to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Yeah, pre-recorded disclaimer by me. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Galen Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets the madness in the tourney underway against 16 seed UC Greensboro on 7:10 a.m. in the ESPN LA app. At noon, hear Kings hockey on the ESPN LA app as they battle the Carolina Hurricanes. And at 6 p.m., the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off gets underway as the Lakers face the Chicago Bulls at Crypto.com Arena for Saturday night action. It's a Madness Saturday tomorrow on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has Southern California's only pediatric level 4 epilepsy unit? But what does that really mean for your child? It means a place where every doctor, nurse, and piece of equipment is specially designed for kids with epilepsy. They create personalized care plans for each child. But here's what's really exciting. The Neurological Institute is running over 45 clinical trials to develop new therapies. That means your child could have access to tomorrow's treatments today.
Lakers fans, we're so close to crowning the Lakers GOAT. Join us on March 24th between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. at Ralph's PCH in Long Beach, 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway, to celebrate the search of the greatest fan of all time. Enjoy special appearances from Lakers legends like Byron Scott and AC Green. Grab some delicious bites from the BB Go food truck and enter for a chance to win Lakers tickets. Plus, cast your vote on site with us at LakersGoFote.com and receive an exclusive Lakers GoFote t-shirt. Don't miss out.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. Game of Games time. By the way, I think we should have a new tradition. After somebody wins Game of Games, I think we should play one shining moment.
At least during the tournament.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Nice idea.
All right, so it is Bill Nuss's game, administered by John Ireland. Cappy joins us. Cappy, how's it going, man?
Gentlemen, I want you to know something.
Yes.
Mace. This is my love for you.
Yeah.
On 60.
Okay.
I was at Children's Hospital Monday.
Yep.
And then drove back to South.
Man.
I drove up on Wednesday because we had some things
Laker
that we were
game?
doing.
To see Bronny?
Laker game. In addition to other things, yes. Drove back to South. I'm here today for one person.
Wow.
And that is you, my friend. And we're going to celebrate
Well, thank
tonight.
you. Thank you.
And I want to be part of the late night party.
Late night party. We're going to go late.
Okay.
Here we go. We got 4 players. Brian Cohen, Lindsey Fulton, Steve Mason, Scott Kaplan. Today's Game of Games, as Mace mentioned, was sent to me by Bill Nuss, one of our everyday loyal listeners, who comes from the entertainment business. Bill spent a whole career in TV. Bill and I both love TV. So it's all multiple choice, 9 questions and a tiebreaker. Here we go. Question 1.
Okay.
Which one of these 3 shows has the most Emmy wins? Okay.
All right. Most Emmy wins.
A, Euphoria. B, Glee. C, Friday Night Lights. Okay? Brian, Euphoria, Glee, or Friday Night Lights?
I'll take Glee.
Lindsay.
Euphoria.
Mace.
Glee.
Cappy.
I also like Glee.
Lindsay Fulton is on the board.
It's Euphoria?
My
What's
favorite
Euphoria?
show.
How about this?
What is it?
Glee had 2. Friday Night Lights had 2. Euphoria has 9.
9
and it's not
wins?
over yet. I've never. That's a Sydney
Never-
Sweeney show,
Don't
right?
even
Yeah,
know where it
Sydney
is.
Sweeney. It's coming back for the next season. Yeah, it's
But
a
wait,
great
what's it on?
cast. It's on
You don't want to
HBO
watch
Max.
it, Cap.
on Max. Yeah,
Why?
It's like a teenage angst.
It's for kids.
It will make you really sad about the age of your children.
Yeah, it's for
Okay.
kids.
All right, I'm not watching it.
It's not for kids at all.
Well,
actually.
for like medium kids.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Kids.
don't want your kids to watch it unless they're of a certain age.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
21.
Yeah.
Okay. Lindsay, we start with you on this one. Of these 3 talent shows, which one produced the most episodes so far? Right?
Okay.
They're all still going. A, The Voice. B, America's Got Talent. C, American Idol. The Voice, America's Got Talent, or American Idol, Lindsay?
American Idol.
Mace.
I mean, it's been around the longest. I'll go American Idol.
Cappy.
I have a feeling that that's not the right
Yeah, I
answer
know.
for
I
that
don't- I
for
think
that
it
reason.
probably
I'm going to
isn't.
go with America's Got Talent.
Okay, Brian.
American Idol.
It's The Voice.
It's American Idol, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
close.
wow.
American
Good.
Idol 661.
Yep.
The Voice 502. America's Got Talent 211.
It's
Well, the
still
hoodwink
going.
got
Should have
us.
been obvious.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Seemed
so-
too
all right.
obvious.
Lindsay's got the lead. She has 2. Brian and Mace have 1. Cappy yet to scratch. Here we go.
Goose egg.
Mace coming to you.
Okay.
Which one of these teen soap operas produced the most shows? A, Gossip Girl. B, Beverly Hills 90210. Or C, One Tree Hill. Gossip Girl, Beverly Hills 90210, or One Tree Hill.
90210.
Cappy.
I agree.
Brian.
One Tree Hill.
Lindsay.
Gossip Girl.
Mace and Cap get the point.
There is no breaking news. That was,
Okay.
hit
Oh,
the
I
wrong
thought there was
button.
breaking
Yeah,
news.
no.
All right. Now, Mace has
Been
2.
a little off
Lindsay
today.
has
I have been
2.
off all day.
You
Thank
have.
you for noticing.
You have been
Yes.
off with the
All right,
buttons.
now,
Yes.
Mace, this one is kind of in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
We start with Cappy. You get to go last, Mace. Cap, which
Sir?
one of these 3 people has hosted The Tonight Show the most times? A, Johnny Carson. B, Jay Leno. C, Jimmy Fallon. Carson, Leno, or Fallon?
I'm going to say Leno.
Brian.
Carson.
Lindsay.
Leno.
Mace.
Carson.
It's Leno.
Really?
Leno 4610, Carson 4531.
Because Carson started in like 62 or something.
But
didn't
Leno
he?
had like the
He
really
did- he
long
went
run,
forever,
and then he
yeah.
came back.
Lindsay, you and Cap got that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Lindsay 3, Mason Cap 2, Brian 1.
Come on, Brian, do better.
Playing
All right.
the slap. Yeah.
You are behind. You're on a lag.
Okay. Brian,
Thank you.
which one of these game shows had the most episodes? A, Wheel of Fortune. B, The Price is Right. C, Jeopardy. Wheel, The Price is Right, or Jeopardy?
Price is Right.
Lindsay.
Price is Right.
Mace.
I'm going to go with the crowd. Price is right.
Cappy.
Price.
All 4 of you correct. And in over 10,000 episodes.
Wow.
Nobody else had more than 8. All right. Lindsay 4, Mace 3, Cappy 3, Brian 2. Okay, Lindsay. Gunsmoke is the drama that had the most episodes ever made. Which show is second? A, NCIS. B, Law and Order SVU. C, Lassie. NCIS, Law and Order SVU, or Lassie, Lindsay.
I loved Lassie growing up. But NCIS, does that like count all the cities,
Yep.
all the editions?
Yep.
I'll go NCIS.
Okay. Mace.
I'm going to say SVU.
Cappy.
Is there a distinction between Law and Order regular and Law and Order SVU?
Yes.
There
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna
This
go
is the Mariska Hargitay one.
I'm going
The
with
new
what?
one.
I'm going with Lindsay.
You're going NCIS.
Right.
Brian.
NCIS.
You all missed it. It's Lassie.
Lassie.
591
Wow.
episodes.
I mean, Lassie can
Hardest
only
working
live so
dog
long.
in the business,
I
man.
know. Well, I think they used multiple collies.
Remember at the end when like he would lift his paw?
Don't spoil it.
but then you would see the string just like with Mr. Ed. And
Oh,
the string.
yeah.
You're ruining it for
That
me.
kid always fell into a hole, too.
Yeah, I
always
know.
fell into a hole, went back and warned everybody.
Whenever we ran away, my dad would do
There are
that.
three.
Spoiler alert.
There are
He would whistle.
three questions left.
Okay.
Lindsay has the lead, so I'll make her go first. Lindsay, which comedy series had the most episodes ever? A, The Big Bang Theory. B, Married with Children. C, The Beverly Hillbillies. Big Bang Theory, Married with Children, or The Beverly Hillbillies, Lindsay?
I'm going to go The Big Bang Theory.
Mace.
I'm going to go Big Bang Theory also.
Cappy.
Come and listen to a story about a man named Jay.
Going Hillbillies.
Poor
Brian.
mountaineer, barely kept his family fed.
What was the first one?
Big Bang
Big
Theory.
Bang Theory, yeah.
Okay,
Just got that one.
that is the correct answer. Big Bang Theory. Lindsay got it. Mace got it. Brian got it. All right, with only two left, Brian and Cap, you have to go opposite of Lindsay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. All right, here we go. Lindsay, how many Emmys has Saturday Night Live won since it came on the air in 1975? A, 90. B, 120. C, 150. 90, 120, or 150, Lindsay?
150.
Mace.
I'm not going to make my break here. I'm going 150.
Cappy.
90.
Brian.
120.
The answer is 90.
Oh,
Scott Kaplan
Cappy stays
is within
alive.
one of the lead. Brian, it means you're out.
Sorry, Brian.
Do better.
Okay.
Next time.
Last one.
Nice
Lindsay,
perm.
if you get this right, you win it. Mace and Cap, you got to go opposite of Lindsay.
Okay.
Lindsay,
I'm slap happy.
which one of these famous actors never starred in a TV series? Never starred in a TV series. A, Burt Reynolds. B, Joe Pesci. C, Clint Eastwood. Burt Reynolds, Joe Pesci, Clint Eastwood. Lindsay, which one never starred in a TV series?
Clint Eastwood.
Mace, you got to go with either Burt Reynolds or Joe Pesci.
Burt Reynolds.
Cap,
Funny how?
you're going Pesci. The correct answer is Joe Pesci.
Yes,
Oh!
sir.
Burt Reynolds was in 3 TV shows.
Is that right? I know he did Rawhide, right?
Right.
Was Clint Eastwood.
did Rawhide. Burt Reynolds did a show called Hawk. He did a show called
love that
Dan
show.
August, and he
Oh,
did a show that you should have remembered called Evening Shade.
Oh, I
Great
remember
show.
Evening
Come
Shade,
on,
half-hour
love that
comedy
one.
show.
That
yeah.
means Mace is out, and we have a 2-person showdown in the tiebreaker between Lindsay Fulton and Scott Kaplan.
Who's going to get the one shining moment?
Here we go.
Well, I got it yesterday for
Cap,
for a reason.
you got to write something down.
Okay, I'll write it down. Thank you.
go.
Thank
Yeah,
you
write
for that
something down,
utensil.
Write
Lance,
something
you
to
got
write
something to
with,
write
something to write
down?
on.
Lindsay, you ready?
She's looking for a pen.
Yep, there
Okay.
we go. Okay.
Lindsay, Cap, how many total Emmy wins for Game of Thrones? Emmy wins for Game of Thrones. You can pick any number you want. They had too many nominations to count. How many times did they win? Lindsay, do you have a number yet? Did you write one down, Cap?
I'm writing it down right now.
I got
Okay.
Got it.
Lindsay, did you write one down?
Yes.
All right, Cap, what'd you write?
Wrote down 18.
Lindsay, what'd you write?
She said 24.
24.
Oh, my God. Lindsay
have a
won by
winner.
so much. Yeah.
No, it's close.
Really?
The correct answer is 38. Lindsay wins. 24 is closer than 17.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
She wasn't that.
That's all that.
38, but they got
But
nominated
what
for
about all
over
the
100.
technical awards?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
nominations. Right.
Yeah, they
right,
got
right.
nominated for over 100. They
yeah.
won 38.
There you go.
Lindsay,
Mazel tov,
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a
Congrats,
shining
Linz.
moment for Lindsay.
See, I got it 2 days in a row.
Did
Wow.
you win 2 days?
No, I
in a row?
lost. That's why you gave it to me.
Oh,
Remember?
that's right. That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, there you have that.
All right, so are you out of here to
I'm
do
out,
early
I'm out of
party
here.
prep?
I've got to do party prep. I've got
What
to.
else has to be done?
Yes, I'm curious. What is on the still to be done list?
The bar people are setting up now.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ people will be setting up in about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
There are apparently going to be a lot of candles around, so all those
you
got
mean
to
a
be
party
set up.
DJ, will there be dancing at the party?
Well, you may dance. It's not. There's no dance floor, but you may.
I don't need it. I'm like the guy. I'm like Shabuzi. I don't need a dance floor.
Mace, have you moved out all the furniture?
Yeah, it was moved all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, moved all over the place.
All right.
Yeah.
So the dance floor will happen.
Well, you may find a spot.
What time would you like the John Ireland Scott Kaplan musical number?
Let's see. Right after cake, 9:30. Right after cake.
I did tell you, and John insulted me the other day by saying, because I said this, I invited Deacon Fry.
Yeah.
I told you guys that Deacon Fry used to drive around as a little kid with his dad, Glenn Fry, and they were huge 710
How cool
listeners.
is that?
And because you guys are the OGs, they were always listening to Mason and Ireland.
Wow.
So I invited Deacon Fry. He is confirmed to join us
Love
this
it.
evening.
Nice.
And I did ask him to bring his guitar so that I could perform a number tonight for your birthday.
So you're going to sing, and he's going to play the guitar.
We're going to harmonize.
You're going to
harmonize. John said, Cap, if you sing, we're going to have a problem.
No, did I?
You did.
I want you to sing.
Oh, you do?
He doesn't even recall what he said.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if I'm always pro singing.
Okay, you're for singing.
Yeah. Do you have an idea what song?
What song would you like?
I think
to
we're
do?
gonna.
What about that?
You got to do an Eagles song.
I would think we're gonna do "Peaceful Easy
Oh,
Feeling"
yeah,
for
do
your
Peaceful,
birthday.
Easy Feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's
Right.
perfect.
I like the way sparkling earrings lay.
Or
I believe
or-
John can join you on that.
Maybe I'll do.
Against her skin so brown.
You guys did so many jingles earlier today.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do the McDonald's jingle.
Very nice.
You know,
Do all
To all beef
patties.
patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Right, and then you had another good one that you did earlier. I'm trying to remember what was the other one that you.
Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer. Oh my God, BOLOGNA.
That was
great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you guys at the party
Tonight at the
All
party?
you guys that are
You mean
invited.
everybody listening?
Not everybody listening.
You know what
but-
people are saying on social media, right?
No, what are they saying?
They're saying just walk around Venice and smell for the weed.
Oh, smell for the weed.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not wrong.
No, there will
People
be
are
weed.
also saying look for the valet parking.
There is valet parking, yes.
People
So
are going to crash this party. You know this.
We will find
You
out.
have a
security?
bouncer, right?
We will find out. Yeah, we have a bouncer.
A bouncer?
Brian Cohen.
Only one.
That's right. Yeah, we don't
Him
have
and
a
DeAndre.
bouncer.
You got
I don't
DeAndre,
expect any
you
throwdowns.
got O'Shea.
Yeah, no, we'll
You got me
be
in
okay.
Ireland.
You
We'll
gotta be on
kick
the
ass
list.
if we have to.
Check the
You guys
list.
are singing "Peaceful, Easy Feeling." You're
Right.
not going to kick any ass.
If we have to, we will.
All right, coming up next for you, Super Crosstalk. Have a great weekend. 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your sports dream a reality.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
ESPN
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, Super Crosstalk. I'll do a woo-woo-woo in name of Mason. He has left the building. Sedano.
Yeah, love boat.
Yeah, love boat.
No energy.
No energy, love boat.
Well, no energy from you.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Cappy and I, Sedano, are both wondering, what the hell else does he need to do? He took Tuesday off to set up for the party. He said they were setting up all last night. I mean, how much party prep is needed for a party?
I'm very surprised he's taking an extra day off as well. Or at least
not an extra day.
crosstalk
No, just yes, he didn't do crosstalk.
Right.
But I'm wondering,
I mean,
what else you got to do?
Yeah,
But isn't it like it's his party?
Yeah.
So why is he doing much of anything, really? I mean, I would just think that he and Juan would hire a party
Well,
planner.
they have done that. Maybe it's like dealing with all those people. I don't know.
I don't know what he's doing, this kid. Steve Mason. I don't know what he's up to. 60 years old.
Yeah, 60 on Sunday.
I can't believe he's 60.
That's good. Well, yeah.
no spring chicken anymore.
He
Shouldn't be
acts
doing
25,
That's
so
right, George.
that'll help him considerably. Sedano, did you watch the Laker game last night?
Not really. Not much
Yeah,
of it.
I don't
be
blame
honest with
you because they didn't play anybody. But the thing I'm astounded by, and Cap, throwing your 2 cents on this, is the level of Bronny hate that I get when I am complimentary of Bronny. And Bronny was good last night. He scored 17 points, made 7 of 10 shots, had 4 or 5 assists, played well. I mean, they got killed, but he played well. And I think people just want to hate him, but I don't understand the reason. We dug this up from a guy named Kent Padgett at FanDuel. Here are the facts about Bronny. Now, you guys can speculate and say, oh, nepotism, Lakers shouldn't have signed him. The Lakers overpaid him, never deserved Dunson. Here are the facts from this guy, Kent Padgett at FanDuel. He posted this on Instagram last week.
Let's compare Bronny James' stats and contract to all the players the Lakers passed up on in order to take LeBron's son. Because the media is saying they wasted a draft pick and gave him money a second rounder normally doesn't get. But that doesn't appear to be the case at all. Remember in a previous video I compared him to the other 3 guys drafted after him, the final 4 picks in the draft? NBA stats here in yellow, all pretty similar. It's not like they missed out on the next Jokic. G-League stats, Bronny, 22, 5, and 5, kind of cooking. The other guys, 9.6, 4 rebounds to assists. Orich, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and then Ariel Hukpoti, 7.7 boards. Statistically, it appears this was the correct pick. So the comments said, yeah, but look at his contract. It's nepotism. He got this 4-year, $7.895 million contract. Let's look at the other second-round picks who signed contracts. I see a lot of these 4-year, $7.895 million. Oh, it's just the standard second-round pick exception this year. I haven't heard anyone complain about Cameron Christie getting 4 years, $7.895 million. Yeah, but Bronny was drafted 9 picks after him. That's nepotism. All right, let's go to the previous year's draft, 57 and 58. The last 2 picks in the draft. Look what they got. 4 years, $7.639 million. They were drafted later than Bronny. They got the standard second-round pick money last year. Haven't heard anybody complain about these 2 names. So Bronny's NBA stats are on par with a late 50s pick. His G-League stats are better than the other late 50 picks. And his contract, the nepotism, it's on par with other second-round late 50s picks. They drafted him 4th from last. Who did you want them to take in that spot instead?
All right, Sedano, that's all factual. Where's the Bronny hate coming from?
Look, I think a lot of it is, and I don't care, to be honest with you. Like, I'm with you. I think this is all silly, and who gives a crap? The 55th pick doesn't ever get this kind of attention. I think that what I would argue is, if I was going to make an argument against it, is his college numbers don't add up to those guys' numbers who were drafted before or after him. I would also add that he has gotten that circumstances dictate playing time and statistics in the G League and things of that nature too. So I mean, they're not. It's not necessarily an apples to apples comparison in regards to that. But ultimately, I do think it's all silly. Like, who cares?
Cappy, why do you think Bronny gets hate when he really hasn't done anything to deserve it?
Well, before I answer that question, John, George, tell John what you think I'm going to say.
I don't know what you're going to say, Cabby. You were rooting for Bronny last night in our text message exchange, so in our group chat.
Yeah,
so I don't know what you're going to say.
Here's the thing. It is quite amazing that if you beat up on Bronny, if you beat up on the notion of how he got to where he is, which, oh, by the way, we don't have to sugarcoat that. I mean, it's out there. He was a decorated high school player when maybe he shouldn't have been as decorated as he was. He got to USC and didn't play as much, didn't make very much impact, and he was drafted before other guys on his team that he wasn't better than. Okay, those are things that people have said, and I don't think they're necessarily unreasonable. He was forced upon the Lakers by LeBron. That is not something that people are really arguing and fighting about. So what I can't figure out is this. When the kid has his best performance, and he's actually proving doubters wrong, that when you give him an ounce of credit, you're immediately told, oh, you got the email from LeBron.
Right.
Oh, you got the call from Rich Paul that you better say this. Oh, you're now on the payroll of LeBron. And I'm like, no, wait, hold on. To make it to the NBA, you have to be the best of the best of the best. It's why, George and I were having this conversation yesterday, so many people are not as into college basketball as they are anymore, especially if you're an NBA viewer, because the NBA game is so much better. The athletes are better. The ball is faster. The guys jump higher, blah, blah, blah. So I can't figure out exactly why, if you had low expectations for Bronny and he exceeded them, granted for one game where the Lakers got destroyed, why is giving him credit for playing better than you thought he would be in a real NBA game? Not a preseason game, not a summer league game, not some G League game. Why is it that if he exceeded expectations and proved that he might be better than people thought, that you're immediately on the LeBron payroll?
I've never had a conversation with LeBron, Rich Paul, anybody about Bronny, ever. I just watch what I see and describe it. And I think to hold anyone, like we were doing comparisons earlier, that George, the way I think that this works with nepotism in any field is your name can get you in the door. But once you get in, you either sink or swim. A couple of examples that we were talking about earlier. Joe Buck. Joe Buck got an opportunity because he was Jack Buck's son.
That's right.
But then he killed it. Look at Noah Eagle.
There's no
Noah
doubt.
Eagle is one of the best young announcers in all of sportscasting. He got a chance young because he's Ian Eagle's kid.
Yep.
But now he's off and running and he may exceed Ian by the time he's done. He's off to a great start.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's likely.
And
that's a pretty high bar.
Right. And so I'll give you an example where it went the other way. Jack Collinsworth was given the Notre Dame football TV job, wasn't ready.
And taken off.
They pulled him off it.
Mm-hmm.
Your name can get you in the door. But once you're in, you have to sink or swim. I would argue that what we saw last night was Bronny progressing and taking steps towards swimming. But people just want to kill him and drown him in the pool before he even gets to swim.
I know.
I don't know where the hate comes from. Lindsay said earlier, and I think she's right, that ever since the pandemic, it's just like, if I can't be successful, then you can't either. I hate you.
I had a whole argument today with a friend of mine who wanted to be an NBA player, who played high-level college basketball and didn't get the chance. And I said to him, I go, well, how many regular season games did you get a chance to play in? And he said 0. And I said, okay, well, then you know how hard it is to make it to the NBA. And he goes, that's right. He goes, and if my father was Carmelo Anthony, I'd be in the NBA today. And I said, well, okay, your dad's not Carmelo Anthony, okay? So, yes, Bronny got an opportunity that other kids who maybe were more talented, frankly, or more accomplished, they did not get. We acknowledge that. But last night,
once you get past that point, though, you either sink or swim on your own.
And he was sinking in that game against Philadelphia earlier this season, and last night he swam. And everybody goes, well, it's only one game. Okay, so it's one game. And in one game, in an NBA regular season game against a team that had pretty much their entire lineup minus Dame Lillard, they played, and they played to win. So he had his best performance of his young career. Why is giving him an ounce of credit for having a good game in a losing effort, why is that so bad?
For whatever reason, George, he's super polarizing, and if you ever meet him and talk to him, he's just not. He's a really nice kid who works really hard. Coaches love him. Teammates love him. Pleasure to be around. But yet, when we go, George, you've seen a little of this. When we go on the road, guys, we want Bronny chance in any game that's a blowout at the end, whether the Lakers are way behind or way ahead. People love just seeing this kid. And I'm rooting for him. I hope he makes it. There's a possibility he won't. I do not get where all the vitriol's coming from. I just don't.
I mean, come on, man. Like I will. The vitriol comes because if anyone feels like, here's what I would say. I think people in general are incredibly judgmental. Okay, like that's just the nature and their the tone of the world, I would say, is very much like, hey, you've got to have earned your stripes for whatever that's worth, right? And here's the thing. Most people that are being critical of Bronny, have they achieved what they can achieve in their particular field? Have they taken advantage of every opportunity they've gotten? Whether it's been in front of them, whether it's been handed to them, whether it's been earned. I mean, look, I just think that everybody needs to be judged on their own merit. If you waste your time, quote unquote, and I'm going to use the phrase you used earlier, John, hating on anything, it's just wasted energy. Okay. It's, I don't even understand. Like, focus on yourself, less so about someone else and whatever they're getting, because you sitting there lamenting what someone else is doing or not doing or getting isn't going to improve your own situation.
Well, George, get ready, because I will tell you that the next time you do a game, when you slide over to the play-by-play chair and you do a game, if you say anything complimentary about Bronny, wait to see what happens to your social media feeds. People just come out of the woodwork to come for your head. And I don't care. I mean, you guys, I'm used to it. But I just don't think that he's 20 years old, and I don't think he deserves it. And I don't understand where it's coming from.
I just think, like, even I think it was yesterday, there was a piece that was done in The Athletic. Did you guys read it about Bronny? Did you guys happen to read that piece?
No.
Yeah, it was a very fluffy piece. It was about this guy, whoever the author is, and he's like, hey, 2 days before I was supposed to meet with Bronny, I was in the Lakers locker room, and he said that he didn't quite remember me, couldn't put my face together. So I went over and met him, and he said, hey, I remember you because I had covered him way back when, blah, blah, blah. And the guy writes his piece about what a great guy he is and everything you're saying. All his teammates love him, and he's working really hard. And, nobody's ever had this amount of scrutiny when they were this type of pick. And it was a very, very positive, fluffy piece. And I feel like where people get angry is they think that, like, that there's so much control, in particular, of the media around him. And so when we say something positive because he had a good night last night, immediately the first reaction is, LeBron called you and told you. And I'm like, listen, I'm the guy. I wish LeBron would come up to me sitting courtside. I want to be sitting with Larry David, and I want LeBron to come up to me in a Knicks game and get in my grill, and then I want to go do the victory tour about it.
So you just took me someplace where I want to go, and then I'll turn it over to you guys. You are, what you just admitted, I'm jealous of a lot of stuff. I'm jealous of stuff you guys have. You just told me a story about your horse. Mason and I had a miserable horse racing experience. You're having a good one. I'm jealous of that. But I don't hate you for it. You just said you were jealous of Stephen A. because he got to sit next to Larry David and LeBron came up to him. You would like that to happen to you, but you don't hate Stephen A.
No, I love it.
Well, I don't see where that disconnect is. Like, okay, I can be jealous of both of you guys and some of your accomplishments. But after I'm jealous, well, good for Sedano, good for Kaplan, good for Mace. I don't hate you for it. Those are two different emotions to me.
It's amazing, though, because you talked about nepotism earlier. You brought up different actors. You brought up different NFL coaches whose kids are coaches in the NFL.
Right. Sean McVay's a good example of this. His dad used to run the 49ers, probably doesn't get in the door without that connection.
Right.
But given an opportunity, and now he's killing it.
Look at Kyle Shanahan. Is Kyle Shanahan
Same thing.
a head coach in the NFL if his dad wasn't before? My point is...
I mean, listen, I'll just say this, John. We live in an incredibly cynical world. And everyone is, and I think that, social media is really mostly to blame for this stuff. It's just that we've amplified voices that don't necessarily need to be amplified. You know what I mean? And I mean that for conspiracy theories
Sure.
and all sorts of other stuff, less about sports. But that stuff permeates into every aspect of our life. So this is no different in regards to that. That it's just we amplify certain voices, and that's just how it is because of the cynical nature of the world and
Maybe.
everything. Everyone's a skeptic about everything.
Maybe. All right, Sedano and Cap coming your way. We'll have a full recap of Mason's party on Monday. Mason in Ireland is done. Talk to you later. Sedano and Cap next. ESPN LA.
Tomorrow is a Madness Saturday at ESPN LA. Tip it off at 11:30 a.m. from the Galen Center. The top seed USC women's basketball team gets the madness in the